Hi, everyone. Since I'm in the presence of stars in this presentation, I thought I'd put on my star-studded glasses. Okay, we're going to take a listen first. I just turned this on and I was like, oh, please. Elizabeth Lane goes nuclear on Gary Paramount Tactical Live with thanks and real base. This is, I was like, oh, I want to see what they have to say about what I just did with Gary Melton attacking Elizabeth Lane and saying, who is this girl? Where'd she come from? First off, right away with the accent, you can tell she's not American. Now, there's quite a few of those. There's another guy. I forget what his name is. He sounds German or Dutch. He could be, because sometimes I'll confuse like Dutch for like, yeah, you have the Finnish, the Norwegians, the Swedish, and stuff like that. So anyway, somewhere around that region, definitely. Because the thing is like when you get into with the Eastern and Northern Europeans, you're getting pretty close to Russia. So definitely the Eastern Europeans, for example, at the IMF, the Institute for Capacity Development, we all over the place. The Eastern Europeans, and their training center in Austria needs a look-see, as does everything over at the IMF, World Bank, UN, Congress, State Department, White House, Congress. I guess I already said that. Yeah, take your pick. Meanwhile, look at what the podcasters are doing. That's why I put on my star glasses. Trying to become stars. I was listening. We'll see Candace Owens. Here, why don't we start off with this? And we'll take a look-see at Candace and Anna Kasparian. Candace was born in 1989. Anna Kasparian's a little bit older, 86. Now, I finished college in 85 and I'd worked up on Capitol Hill while I was at GW in the mornings, and then my mother disowned me because I was working for a Democrat, Bennett Johnston from Louisiana. Yeah, his son's typical. Oh, the Boggs, the Johnstons, everybody from Louisiana are real profiteers. Anyway, so I was already on my way out. I had started working at the E.F. Hutton in the financial markets. And I was like, oh my God, these people are even worse. I got to get out of this country. I mean, here I had these girls and all of the, their age would give their right arm, sell their souls, which they did, to have the opportunity I walked away from on Capitol Hill. And then in the financial markets, I was there for the 87 collapse. And I mean, I actually found it like exhilarating and a lot of fun. I mean, I felt guilty because I was like, well, people are losing money and stuff. But I quickly understood. I was like, God, yeah, I tell all these guys. I worked downstairs from the Federal Reserve and I worked at the IMF for 7 years. Then they come over where I work now, a lunchroom. And I was like, gambling is fun, particularly when it's with other people's money. That's the problem. One of the problems. So, but I walked away from all of that. I walked away and I was earning more money than anybody I knew, and I became a jeune fille au pair, lived in one of those chambres de bonne and in Paris. Ooh, yeah, the bathrooms at the end of the hall, it's true what they say about them. Ugh. So anyway, um, I walked away. All of these kids have sold their souls for this shit, and I've been back in the labor markets in DC since 2009. So let's see, when did Kasparian she got her bachelor's in 2007. So she's coming into the workforce when I'm coming back. Candace, and she's going to one of these stellar careers. 2010. Oh, said that seen Barbara Wawa. Oh Lord, Barbara Wawa. She's been one of the problems. It's the beginning. Okay, she was just a fill-in host. Well, it's one of these stellar careers. The thing is problem is these girls think that they're like they've gotten there on merit. I mean, okay, they're not stupid. I'm not saying that. Both of them are not stupid. Um, and yeah, I mean, they're good journalists. Now, do they deserve being put on a pedestal and becoming wealthy? I mean, journalism, when I was growing up, journalism was boring. Journalism, that was 1 hour on the evening news. CNN and Ted Turner and Jane Fonda. Again, the stars. Glasses for Jane Fonda, oh Lord. And now I understand why my mother, my mother would go into what she would call apoplexy. That even the mention or thought of Jane Fonda. Same with Madonna. Well, Jane Fonda, definitely, I'm getting the picture. Madonna's pretty much a piece of work herself. I mean, both these women are just the antithesis of everything that they always claim to stand for. I mean, I grew up Madonna and the punk era. I mean, for these girls, that's history. And that's something that maybe you will be soon finding in the history books, like with Victorian era, 1950s. I mean, this whole thing that old people are stupid and should just go quietly away and die, and so that all of the jobs and the resources can be concentrated in the hands of the young who can go out and breed lots of children. I mean, I'm really glad that Ashley St. Clair is speaking out. And she's not a dumb girl either. And I think she's one of the things that I really like about her. She said that she wants her children to understand that there's things that are more important than material wealth. That, you don't compromise yourself just for material wealth. And that is the American way and what made America great. Hard work gets you everywhere. Looking for a free ride gets you thrown off the boat. No, I'm not advocating for anything drastic. I mean, you're going to throw them off the boat. At least make sure you're close enough to shore that they can swim to the shore. I mean, you don't want to advocate for harm to anybody, but you get the picture. So, let's see. Aunt Candace, I believe, as well. She started. Let's see. In 2007, she was a senior in high school. I mean, 2007, I was coming up. I was fighting with the web designers that I had contracted in Tampa, Arnima Web Design, and I still want to know whether my ex-husband was in cahoots with them and all of the problems that I had. A 3-month website prototype. Uh, it was supposed to take 3 months to make, which is, normal what it should have taken. Dragged out to 9 months, and him constantly, asking for more money. I thought he was just milking me, but I do believe my ex-husband was behind it all. He didn't want me, never wanted me working outside the home. That's why he was constantly looking for jobs abroad, and why we ended up expats. But anyway, that's here nor there. I don't regret how things turned out, uh, except at the end when he destroys his career, and that's the disgusting thing with all of these women. And see, Candace, okay, Anna doesn't have children yet, and she says she's never going to have them. Well, okay, Anna, fine, and the rest of the world go to hell. So you don't have any children, so it's just you and your husband, and whatever happens to the planet or the universe is not your problem. Um, Candace does have children. Um, so, this does. And I'm fighting for women's rights, yet I'm getting no support from any of the women. Candace is has been denouncing how the feminist movement was nothing but a charade. I exposed that, and then some with the anti-feminist and the socialites. But see, Candace doesn't want to sharing her limelight. Uh, we'll see. Anna Kasparian, same can of worms. So, this whole thing that they're like special, that they've gotten here by merit. This is the entertainment business. So just these ladies should take themselves with a grain of salt. Listen to this.
Guys,
Hold on. Do I have my speaker on? Yeah, okay.
I am so excited. I have been saying, probably seen this all over online, that I have been dying to host Anna Kasparian, because I feel like at the exact same time, her and I had perhaps a broader awakening about this left-right paradigm that is not serving the left or the right and is only serving the elites. It's how we are all feeling right now. And similarly, her and I are both under a very severe attack from Zionists who...
Okay. I've been covering this stuff and researching this stuff. I mean, I've been separated from my son. I don't ever, I would go to demonstrations. I'm not an antisocial person, but I didn't come to DC to get invited to any parties, to do any of that bullshit. For a long time, I went to, I would say, it was 10 years ago. It was a cocktail party by the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, Domestic Violence Month. And another victim activist there said to me, she goes, I'm so sick and tired of these documentaries of some poor white trash from West Virginia who's got beaten by her husband, and this is our problem. Bullshit. And if I want something to drink or eat, I can buy it myself. I'm not coming to this shit anymore. I'm the same can of worms with that. I was like, me too. And the demonstrations, same stuff. I mean, I've gone to the peaceful ones. I've been to the Black Lives Matters peaceful ones. When Trump came out Lafayette Square with all the smoke and stuff, that was I forget which day. It had to have been the lockdown. I'm living up at in Mount Pleasant at the Kilbourne House. One flew over the cuckoo's nest with that guy. So anyway, I mean, I'd left pissed off because everybody was there to just take selfies with their friends and post it on Facebook to show how cool they were. That's what the, demonstrations, it's a waste of time, money, and it's a tourist attraction. That's what it is. It's another way to bring tourists to the city to spend money. These guys go to hostels instead of five-star hotels, but they're the bottom of the barrel. But you get enough of these different groups, disgruntled groups from across the country, coming in all the time, and make some money. All they care about in here, DC, is making money, making money, making money from top to bottom. So anyway, the criticisms of Erica Kirk, which I find completely legitimate, I'm like, excuse me, Candace Owens, you should take a look in the mirror, because you're being criticized for this by people like Gary Melton. And, up until now, there was when she hit 2 million and she did a, wow, we're at 2 million. I was like, yeah, that's thanks to Charlie Kirk's death that that's happened. And you've been criticized, you've been pointing your finger at Erica Kirk for this. And with reason. That's just like, whoa. Goes beyond crass. But look in the mirror. So again, now she hit 6 million. Listen.
All right, you guys, happy Wednesday. More importantly, happy 6 million subscribers. We did it. I'm so proud. I really am. Without a single dollar spent on advertising, $0. That's actually just an incredible feat. No outside investors, no secret funding from foreign countries, no influencer.
Wait a second. She's had no funding whatsoever. Julian Dory told me that he paid for his equipment. It was like $8,000 or something. She has a small staff. And like her husband, see, also the issue with George, Farmer, her husband, he was a metals trader. He was involved in that with his father, hedge funds. So don't even get me started on that, and just look at the playlist of monetary policy stuff that I've done, and you'll understand why I have an issue with that. It's gambling. And this is why we have the boom and bust economies. So, and then he was with the Brexit stuff. So, a wannabe politicians. If Candace Owens was really a trad wife, she wouldn't be concentrating on her career as a podcaster. She'd be making sure that, I don't know, because he's dabbled in that, in politics. Then he was a CEO of Parlay, and then there was kind of a takeover bid by Kanye West, Candace's good friend. So, that fell through. So that, that Parlay, that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Candace is certainly not promoting it. Then, so now I'm not really sure what he's doing. But to say that this has been done with no funding, no nothing. Well, first, she didn't have anybody threaten to kill her, and she had to run for her life and leave her children behind in order to have her social media platform. So right there, she's ahead of the, she didn't have to go through that like I did. And then spend 20 of the past years researching the problems in the court, not knocking at doors, but sending emails, phone calls, trying to get people to work together. So, to contend that she's done this all organically, she's very naive. And to think that this is what I've really been looking at and interested in, is how these YouTube has given like these stellar careers. Jesse on Fire and Baron Coleman are two examples. I mean, they even said, it went from, well, like nobody knew who they were, a couple hundred views, and then all of a sudden, boom, in the tens of thousands. And they were stars overnight, just like, with Hollywood. And this is the entertainment industry. I was watching, oh gosh, yesterday. It's a playlist I put together. Let's see where that is. But the playlist, let's see. No, that's not what I want. Dashboard content. Because it was yesterday. Yeah, it was this here. Oops. It gets into, there's Prince, the slave trade, the Illuminati. That's pretty much in response to Candace with the founding fathers. She brought up, I mean, there is no doubt the Freemasons, there's a crossover there with the Freemasons and the Illuminati. But just because you're a Freemason doesn't mean you're an Illuminati. And just because you're an Illuminati doesn't mean that you're a Freemason. So, as I say, there's crossover, but I don't, she kind of skews that. I mean, this is one of my criticisms of Candace, is she sometimes lacks thoroughness in her research. Yeah, and then this forbidden knowledge stuff. So it was those three. I don't know if I'll get to it today, but I had or get to it, but I do have the playlist there. That was interesting. So anyway, that's not what I. So let's see, was this it? Okay.
Influential campaigns. Although there were a lot of influencers that were against us, essentially the entire Western media apparatus has been attacking us incessantly. They said it couldn't be done.
Yes,
right?
That's also what generated a lot of her traffic. So this is what I've kind of noticed with YouTube in this case. I mean, this kind of started with Arnold Schwarzenegger on a panel discussion saying, yeah, the press is what's radicalizing everybody. And I was like, yeah, well, look at how. And that's what I've been doing for the past, 9 months, 10 months. And, definitely, but also it's kind of like, I think it's giving a voice to the right and the left so that they'll and promote their inflammatory rhetoric. Because they'll all say, well, I can say this, I can say that, and if I say this or if I say that, I'll get better in the algorithms. So it's playing the algorithms, and that's what they're doing. And then also the algorithms are playing with them. We've got an agenda. I don't know, you can kind of compare it to the Wizard of Oz behind his little curtain saying, okay, I've got an agenda. Now get the different factions, give the cackling hens enough of a voice, each side, and so it radicalizes all of your different factions at the same time, and it increases the discord within the community, and you're wasting resources. All of this money being spent on this would be better spent elsewhere. And the data centers that Baron Coleman has been exposing and bitching about, this whole, these people are making their money from that's part of the business model, which is giving them all of these high paying jobs.
Everybody has to sell out to somebody. That's been the general idea. No one makes it in this town without pledging allegiance to Israel every day. You can't make it without us, sort of a vibe.
No, not necessarily Israel, but to somebody or some, to some group. The common interest of everybody is concentration of wealth in urban centers and white collar jobs in corporations and public sector. And this way, you buy enough of those people, you maintain the power and control, and then those who don't kiss ass or for whatever reason don't make it into the 10 percenters, well, they become the 90 percenters who in the Orwellian future are out there in the wilderness trying to survive while the military industrial complex hunt them down, either for subversion or maybe for food.
Vibe. So we said, cool, how about we just burn that town to the ground like you guys did to Gaza? We want nothing to do with it. And we survived. We survived all the attacks, and we did it with no one to thank but you guys at home. You are our day in and day out investors. I will never stop telling you guys how grateful I am to you, and definitely for giving us the strength when things were crazy as well. Like I always tell you, your comments always uplift me on the internet. You guys are the proof of the concept. So I have to say that the concept is that you don't have to sell your soul to Satan for earthly riches that you can't take with you when you go. It feels good to say no to Satan. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And
I think she's in denial. And also, I'm in agreement with some people that maybe her trip to Russia is not completely for entertainment. And I mean, the thing is her going to Rome to be, was it confirmed, I guess, Catholic? I mean, I'm kind of like, why do you have to go to Rome for that? Don't they do that here? So I don't know. She said, "Oh, I'd like to meet the Pope." I don't. I have no idea. I really don't. I just, I am always people who wave their Bible all over the place. I'm always very skeptical. I don't want to be biased against them, but I've just, in my experience, the more somebody talks about the Bible and talks about how Christian they are and goes on and on and on, the more they're hiding something. But as I say, it's not, I don't have anything against the Christian religion anymore, against the Muslim or the Jewish religion. It's just the people who I find so hypocritical and often using these religious books to justify very demonic intents and outcomes. So yeah. So let's go back. I was listening to these guys.
Was a dear friend of mine, my husband's. How do you know? Someone's calling me. I got to take this.
Oh, hold on.
But how do you know? Whatever his name is.
Let's go back here.
150,000 people watching her live.
And then somebody who had access to Dan Flood's communications said that Dan Flood similarly received a text message. They owned that right away and explained, Erica said that she has Charlie's phone. She's looking at his iMessages. And it turns out that he, like everybody else, communicates on Signal. He communicates on Telegram. And that those when she heard me say that, they then went and looked. And yes, that what I said was true.
Now, Erica Kirk has never debunked that statement by Candace Owens, which means one of two things. Either one, it's true and she's a complete idiot and didn't check everything, which doesn't make sense to me because why wouldn't the FBI have checked the phone? Or two, she's just lying and was covering her ass. Now, if Erica Kirk really wanted to sue Candace Owens for defamation, that right there is a layup, but she's not because she can't. Because Candace told the truth.
Andrew Colbert received a message the night before, and Dan Flood received a message the night before.
No rock will be unturned.
Yeah, because of Candace and countless other content creators and investigative journalists that have been trying to actually do the work and actually get to the bottom of this.
What the conspiracy collection.
Call us what you want, but we're way more credible than you, anyone at your company, and anyone in the DOJ.
There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday.
And knowing what we know now about that case and those files, it's laughable at this point for anybody to just bring up the charging documents.
That was my mind. Didn't say that. And I have his cell phone.
I think that's enough. But yeah, I just
well, when you put it like
yesterday.
that.
Yeah, exactly. but yeah, Gary, keep having Lisa Knows Best on and telling us what it really is. It's working out great for you so far. Fucking jerk off. Man, I wish Elizabeth Lane could come on tonight. I really want to hear her side of the story. You know, and I really don't like when guys just like get online and start bullying girls. It's weird. It's creepy.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's creepy.
I'm sure she'd have a lot to say. I'll tell you that. She's intense.
Oh, yeah,
like,
she's a firecracker?
If yeah, of course. If someone's attacking you, I mean, you're going to go on the offensive, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she kind of does give me like...
Or the defensive,
vibes.
I guess you would say. I guess the defense. Defensive into offensive, I would flip it. I'd be running defense, offense in my own, you know, destroying thereof.
But yeah, I don't want to make this whole live about drama and about, you know, I said the other day that I do want the smoke, and I do want the smoke, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get it. But since I know that Elizabeth Lane, you know, is a friend of yours, and like I said, I just stumbled across that video, and it just seems really nasty and unnecessary. Like, I'm 37 years old. There are very few adults.
So Elizabeth Lane is a friend of Danks. Now, Danks, he was like a drug addict, homeless, so again, I'm like, excuse me, like before they would have these type of jobs, you know, social media influence, event planners. I mean, it was, you know, you didn't have this huge industry of nonprofits, just flagrantly doing all sorts of illegal stuff. You know, it would be, you know, running this, like Ethel Kennedy, she started her husband's, you know, RFK Human Rights. Well, I'm sure at the beginning it was, you know, discreet enough. It was just enough. It was basically so that she would have a piggy bank to keep on, you know, funding her parties, because there was no money left and her husband was dead, and you know, he didn't have an income, and there was, you know, he no longer has this job, a prestigious job in the government. She's just this widow in Washington. Well, they're not going to throw out in the Potomac, kind of like, you know, Cindy McCain, who starts the McCain Leadership Institute after her husband died. I mean, this has become the, you know, modus operandi. But as I say, when Ethel did it, when RFK was killed, it was still, it didn't constitute a huge industry. But the thing was, this was reserved for like widows or, in some cases, divorcees, even though divorcees was frowned upon and better to be a widow than a divorcee. I mean, Catherine Graham understood that. Ann Woodward understood that. Yeah, Ann Woodward killed her husband because he was going to leave her. Catherine Graham got her husband to kill himself. As Bill Maher will point out, men will kill you. Women try and get you to kill yourselves. So now, instead of the widows and the divorcees like myself, no, we're excluded from the job market. And now the money, the funding is going to, these type of guys, see how the functions are still there, and they're presenting themselves to be these great, progress, but it's not
My
progress.
age that I know that have this like kind of squeaky clean record, like we're all human. We all have our history. We all sin. You know what I mean? So for one person to think that they're better than somebody else and just try to like,
I mean, in the traditional world, these guys would be out with blue collar jobs. I mean, or okay, if but they don't have they're not going to be big heads of CEOs. So they would most likely have a blue collar job, either working on a farm or working in a factory. But this way they can sit in front of a mic.
put a magnifying glass on, anything and everything that they think is negative. It's just kind of shitty.
So what was the main reason for the attack on his behalf? He just out of nowhere, or did she come up and what was the context?
I think it's because Elizabeth Lane has only been on YouTube for a week and she's already getting more live viewers than him, despite his years of experience and hundreds of thousands of followers.
How many live viewers is he getting?
I don't know. I don't watch him. But I was flipping through one time. He had like 400 or 500 and he was restreaming Candace while Candace was streaming. So I'm like, yeah, that's a great business model. Let's take the most popular and one of the most credible sources on YouTube and just sit there and live stream while they're live streaming and just trash them and talk about, how you're so much more credible because, you're not financially compromised at all.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I can't.
One thing's for sure is what would be, if you were going to attack someone like her, like who do you think would be benefiting from that though? You know what I mean? Like, could it be?
Well, him, if there's any contingencies with that $190,000 that he got, not saying there is, I'm not making any accusations, but, he's not doing it for Charlie. If he was, he'd be replaying all the stuff that Candace and Barron and everyone else has been bringing out that's, making TPUSA look really shitty. Yeah, I think about it. Like I made that video the other day when Project Constitution put that report out that Erica Kirk was dating Blake Wynn. And then I went on Blake Wynn's Instagram, and on December 8th, he posted a picture of them cheesing. And then I'm like scrolling because it's like a whole reel. And she's like on stage in front of pictures of Charlie, bragging and talking about how excited she is because they're gonna get 5 billion views by the end of the year. It's like, bitch, are you kidding me? Like you're not even 3 months out from your husband getting assassinated publicly. He's a public figure, an influencer with a YouTube show. And like he's gone 3 months and you're on stage bragging about how many views you're getting, cheesing it up with someone that now there's allegedly witnesses saying that you're playing grab ass with in a bar.
Do you have the clip? Can you play the clip?
You want me to play another one of my
play the clip of her at that.
Yeah, hold on.
Don't you have that clip?
Yeah, I got it. So
how long was it out? Was it December? Is it that December 8th, the same day?
Yeah, hold on. That was another one. They're coming out. Hold on.
Let us know in the chat. I'm gonna put a poll up actually.
It's just insane. Here,
I'm gonna put a poll up in my YouTube. I'm gonna put.
Yeah, let me know. I'll put the same poll in mine.
Do you think Erica Kirk is hiding something significant? That's all I'm gonna put. Do you think she's hiding something? Right. That's the poll. Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm doing just yes or no.
I'll do this
in general, just like in general. I guess does there needs for us to be specific? Like,
why don't we just say, do you think that Erica Kirk is blowing the guy, or is that too cruel?
No, not even.
I'm kidding.
Do you think she's hiding?
Don't be so sensitive.
Do you think that she's living a lie? How about that? That's what I want to get the point across. Do you think that she's living a lie?
We know she's living a lie. I mean,
no, we don't. We could say. It looks like it, but like I want to know what others think. Like, is she just living a complete lie? That's what I'm trying to say. Is she living a complete lie? Do you think? So my poll is going to be: do you think Erica Kirk is living a complete lie? Yes or no?
All right. And now, while
I'd be curious to know.
While they're voting, let's play this. At a Mar-a-Lago event, I believe this was taken the first week of December. I say that because it was posted on December 8th. Now, if you notice, it only shows one comment and it says, "She seems so happy these days." And I can't lie, she does look pretty happy in this picture. He does too. And here she is on stage at that event bragging about how many views they're getting. You can't even make it up. Just watch.
It's just unfathomable. But yes, by the end of this year, we'll be hitting 5 billion within all of our accounts, which is incredible. I'm so proud of our team. I'm so proud of our team.
The thing is, with the MK Ultra, I think she really believes I'm fulfilling the legacy of my husband. I think, it's been so indoctrinated by herself and by everyone around her that she's good and she's doing good. It's completely impossible for her to face reality. Believe me, I know a lot of people like this. This is not uncommon. At least not amongst the upper crust. It's very, very common.
Definitely not going to be slowing down at all. I'm actually really excited about that.
Well, actually, those views did slow down a lot, but that's another story. She's very excited. She is right, though.
And the problem is the lower classes aspire to live the life of the wealthy, that they don't have to face reality. This is why it doesn't matter who you put in positions of power. It's this revolving door. The names change, but the dynamics and the outcome never changes.
Definitely incredible. Me personally, I could fathom it. And I'm happy that she was so excited to be at this event at Mar-a-Lago less than 3 months after her husband was assassinated with her alleged new boyfriend. Yo, this is so f***ed up. Just wait, though. It gets better or worse. I don't know.
So hold on real quick. So the origination of this came from Project Constitution, right? Was that the first of it? I mean, now looking back, because he was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, this Blake guy. And then he was also with her, This was
at Mar-a-Lago. He posted the pictures and this video on December 8th, which was 2 days, by the way. But it was right before Erica Kirk started going on that whole tour where she's on Fox News and the CBS town hall meeting. And one thing that I found interesting, which I don't know how I didn't piece this together earlier, but that interview that Erica Kirk did on Fox News where she's wearing the red blazer, she recorded that the same day that she did the CBS town hall meeting with Barry Weiss. She did 5 shows that I know of in 3 days. All different outfits. It's like, go to Fox, wear this, talk about that, change outfit, go into black, go on Barry Weiss, look all sad. It's just a complete charade. Complete charade. The whole thing was a press tour.
Now, how does he do
looking for... Oh, here we go.
Is he making that up, or is
Well, I'm just... I'm looking at her response to Project Constitution.
Oh, yeah, pull that up. That'll be good.
Here.
We'll get back to that later.
Yeah, but I think it's just here. I'm sharing if you want to.
Yeah, buddy, let's go. Nope. Oh, I got to remove this one first. Sorry.
This one. So let me tell you. Oh yeah. So this voice right here. So there's a couple of things. First, one thing I do want to note is let's read this out. So this is her response to Project Constitution, who's interviewing someone who says they spotted her getting handsy with Blake, whatever his name is, Blake Wynn. And the thing is with this voice is I've actually heard him. I've literally recorded with him, with somebody in a regular voice, and they didn't want to be heard. And he changed it and it sounded like that. So I never really questioned the authenticity of the actual recording itself because I've seen him turn regular voices into what sounds like an AI generated voice.
Didn't he say that he changed the voice to protect the person's identity?
Yeah. So a lot of people are saying, "Oh, the voice is fake." Well, I don't think it's fake. I just and also when you listen to the cadence of that person speaking, it's the way that they're speaking. It sounds natural. I mean, unless it's. I mean, I know him to use regular voices and make it sound like that. So for me, I never really questioned if it was a real person.
You know, if it's your husband's friend, how do you know that he's about to get engaged? And how selfish are you to air that news out and ruin the surprise of an engagement to cover your own ass? Oh, what do we got here?
So we have a guest that's going to come on in a second, and I'm
dude, you're ruining the surprise.
No, so we've got so we are I'm going to invite someone on real quick. I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Thanks. You're not allowed to drink on the job anymore.
And all that, all of a sudden, that's forgotten. That's not true. But now Tucker is whether he's like a Qatari spy or Putin's special spy, I don't know. But I'm ready to destroy this.
Spies.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, so yeah, Elizabeth Lane knows nuclear on very paramount tactical. I thought it was going to be these guys critiquing, but this is going to be even better.
I'm prepping something here for you guys. Like you're going to just laugh. Like you will be on the ground with this. Oh no, only 3 videos. Okay, we'll go one by one then. So Okay, what are we talking about? Are we
So
talking
what
about
was
the
the-
small testicle guy?
We're talking about you tonight. Whatever
Oh
you
my
want to talk
gosh,
about.
heck yeah.
I think
All
it's
right.
only fair that you're able to defend yourself.
Oh, yeah,
I
of
know you
course.
probably didn't catch the beginning of the show, but don't worry. Thanks had your back. I might have
Aw.
chimed in a couple things too.
Thanks, he's so sweet. Yeah, guys,
The
so what was it, sorry?
I said he's the best.
He's the best.
So now
So
we're gonna
guys, let's
hear
destroy this mother, shall we?
Oh,
Shall we?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're going
where
So
should we?
what-
Yeah,
If Baze, you want to pull up
Clip.
what was he? What were
First,
he was just talking
in
about?
order.
actually.
Were you wearing the white?
Whatever you.
yeah, let's do in order. Also, thanks. I put like these documents and stuff in the drive we share. If you want to go there, because we'll need those. It's called Paramount Testicle Guide, Small Testicle Guide, or something like that. So you can pull that up.
Elizabeth Lane came to play tonight.
Oh yeah.
I like the Paramount,
No idea.
not so
Very
tactical. I
funny.
think that's hilarious.
Implementation.
Okay, so hold on. We gotta wait. Not this clip yet. No, not this. We have
I
to.
asked.
Yes. So not this one. I want the his show so we can go one by one and debunk everything he said. Literally everything. If we have it. If you guys remember, I can,
We do that. It'll be a long night because this guy.
Okay,
was
so
going for
let's
3
debunk
hours.
the-
I
let's
don't
debunk
even know what he was saying.
oh my gosh, I was present. So but not all the way.
Was it tonight's show? I can pull it
Yeah,
up.
it was tonight's live.
Yeah, thanks. You want to see if you can get the transcript because I don't see it here yet.
Oh, it is
So
in
no,
live.
so
you go on his show
If you're
and
on,
live.
you just go to his show and just pull up and see if you can drag.
Yes.
Here, I can do it.
Oh, normally it's here on the bottom. I don't see it though.
Just drag the timing track tactic.
I was like, oh boy, this is the scenario, guys. While you do that, I'm gonna tell you a story. Have
Oh,
you
is
ever
this
seen-
what he put you on the thumbnail?
Oh, he put her on the thumbnail twice.
Yeah, I know. He really like he's obsessed
I
with
think
you
he
guys.
really likes you.
I know. I
No,
know
it could
he
be a
likes you.
compliment. You should take it as a compliment.
He keeps telling me that because I'm like somehow in his mind sexy and hot, I'm not gonna get married or something like that. Honey, I've been married and my ex-husband cannot wait to kick your ass. He actually told me, and I quote him now. Literally, I'm quoting him. It's not mine, so you can't blame me for this. He said, I'm gonna get his, you know what I'm talking about? Shove it up his, and I'm gonna make him come. That's what he said. I'm
You
sorry.
said that?
He said that. So, and given who he is, given who he is, I know that he's able to do that. So it's gonna be fun. So he's worried that I'm not gonna get married, and I'm like, okay, honey, I would never look at a guy like you, but I've been married, and he's my best friend, by the way. So let's go, guys. Let's go.
All right, let's see what we can find.
Yeah. So go live, like live chats of his. Yeah, I think that's the one. That's the one.
Do you want to hit any?
Oh no,
of
this is the.
It's her best friend, but it's her ex. I'm missing something here with people. I mean, everybody just gets married and divorced. Like some people change their shoes.
The video. I'm just saying that the transcript didn't come up.
Oh,
Yeah, otherwise I would just load the transcript and then it would give me timestamps.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
Yeah,
that's-
I mean,
saying
the whole
that-
thing is about it, probably. No, it's
Well,
totally
how
about
long is it?
Elizabeth
Like
Lane.
I was in up until 20 minutes and then I left because it got so boring. I was like, okay, this guy has no facts.
The whole thing is about
like,
her.
Not
Just
even
play.
fun anymore.
I just think that it's so nice of your ex-husband that he's willing to get this guy off because I'm sure
Oh my
nobody's gotten him
gosh.
off in a long time.
Oh, you think it's just my ex-husband? Dang.
Unless he's screwing around with Lisa knows nothing. I don't know.
Look at this. Thanks. I'm sending you, not just my ex-husband, by the way, every literal, we'll get to this part when he said, oh, I spoke to military people and they all got my back. Really? Do they? Because thanks. I'm sending you right now text messages. Please read. And I will send unredacted versions. And then I will send redacted to for the people to see. And these are, you can double check that they are all Seals and Green Berets talking about him. So let me just do this here. And let me now go to this guy's profile that I sent you and double check that he's a SEAL and he's a very formidable SEAL. And then we can continue.
Don't we have better things that we could concentrate our resources on rather than this drama? Just a thought.
So don't put that up yet, just for yourself. The unredacted version for yourself.
All right,
You should be getting that.
Oh, thanks. She's sending it to you?
Yeah, I got.
You got it?
No, do you? Yeah, I have it. I have one.
But we will get to
two,
that part.
three, right?
Yes,
So not yet, right?
we will get to that part. Not yet. So, all right, let's start. So, should we start debunking like one by one what he said, or how do you guys want to do this?
Do you want to play from his video?
Whatever you want to do. You want me to just play his video a little bit?
Yeah,
I
I think that
speed it up a little bit too.
speed it up so we can debunk everything.
All
He's like a little mouse that saw like a cheese or what he thought was a cheese, and he just got in a trap, like a little tiny mouse. Now he's gonna regret it.
Hey, you know what?
Oh,
I
shit.
am a source. Now I'm going to feed you some unverifiable information, and I want you to completely disregard all the evidence over there. Folks, do you understand what that does to our society?
Did he say verifiable?
Accountable. I think we should.
What kind of information he said? Did he say verifiable?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, but we're talking about a person that says that the charging documents is like all the proof in the world that outweighs all the actual evidence.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we know he's crazy. He also doesn't know how alibi works. I think Candace Owens pretty much like talked about this. Like he doesn't know how alibi works. He's the one who said, wait a second, why is that your business if it's not her kids? The point was that it's her kids. That was the alibi, douchebag. So that's
it's kind of crazy that he actually like didn't want to, like, all the things that he says and all the statements that he was willing to make, he wasn't willing to stand by the fact that those are her kids.
Right.
Like that was a weird one.
Because he's stupid. I genuinely think he's stupid. There's two options with this guy, right? There's like two options with this dude. Either one, that he's a paid propagandist, and usually, yes, typically these paid propagandists are stupid because no sane person would agree for that, to do such a job. Like, what kind of military would agree to be paid by whatever outlet to trash American journalists? Like, what kind of person? Unless you are mentally ill and you are really short on cash or something, right? So that's one. Or the second part is he's just stupid and he buys into the propaganda. That's also a very, plausible scenario here. So yeah, let's go. Can't wait for this douchebag.
You're all fired up.
Why do you think? Okay, so let me ask you this: why do you think he's picking on you right now?
Because he got so hurt when I went after his appearance. So here's what happened.
I think, the stupidity, he's being controlled by his wife. She's the one who's behind this. As she said, he's stupid. He's buying into the narrative. Yeah, that's his wife. And his wife is the network of the fool. Look at the women he's bringing in. Oh, there's still that black woman. I forget if I did that one. Oh, I think I did. So, there's Tamara Neely. Oh, Lord. Didi Got a Podcast is very generous when he says that woman needs some help. I think that's what he said about her. Yeah, but okay. Then there's, I did do the lucky, what was that? The lucky lady or something. Oh, she was a piece of work. Then there's Jen, the producer. He brings in, this is definitely militant, anti-feminist territory, I would call it. Yeah, he's controlled. He's surrounded by honeypots. That's what's influencing Gary Melton. He's not being bought, and he's being influenced. He believes what he's saying because his wife wears pants. She even says she's really smart. I remember when she's gone. Can't wait till she gets back. Yeah, that's where it is.
Happened. You know how these came about, right? He posts something. I don't even remember what he posted. Something about Candace, because they are like these crazy foaming lunatics. When it gets to like Tucker and Candace, it's almost like they dream about this too, and they wake up in cold sweat and thinking what to say next. Like how can we bring these guys down, right? So he posts something about Candace, and I said it's always the ugly guys who go after hot girls. And what is with this? Like what is this trend that it's always the ugly guy who goes after someone hot? And he got so hurt, and he literally made a post about me. That's how sensitive Gary is. And we can go and literally listen to how sensitive he is on my wall too. But he got so bad.
This is why also was it Jen, the producer, or whoever, said that Gary's wife was really hot. Now, I only saw it was an Instagram video, a short Instagram video, and she's you kind of see a side view of her. You don't see the whole thing. Yeah, I don't think that she's a woman that walks down the street and have these guys head turning and their wives and the girlfriend going, keep your head in your eyes, boy. Oh my Lord, I'll never forget this. He's French and she's Paraguayan, and you talk about just the most ridiculous jealousy and stuff. And there was this woman walking by, and you talk about huge boobs, huge. She starts going off on her husband for looking at the boobs. I'm like, lady, we were all looking at him. You can't help but look at him.
Heard about his own appearance that he had to make a post about me. So I was like, okay, if you're gonna make a post about me and call me a Russian propagandist, an American journalist, by the way, it's on, bro. Now we are on, and this is war. And according to Gary, he's a Green Beret. He fought he fought Al Qaeda I personally believe, and that's my belief only, I can't prove it, I was not there. I personally believe that Gary was hiding behind the bushes while other guys did the fighting. Because that's who he is. He was offered an open platform to come debate me anytime. I even said, I will.
Oh, really? You tried to have a debate with him?
Oh my gosh, you didn't see all of our exchange? I opened with this with him. You are invited to sit down with me like a man. Wait, you guys have to pull my ex up. Please do. Because the message I sent him.
Can you pull her ex up, bro?
Yeah, message I sent him is just gold, guys. It's just gold. And after that, what kind of man runs? I don't know. Other than just like, pussy. Pussy. That's all he's.
I think he was making fun of you using that word. There was like a video.
Oh, yeah.
That was like,
Yeah, because I mean, what else he's going to say? That
wait, which post is it? Is this the one all I have to do is post how pathetic this this one's good enough.
This one, that was good enough, but it's my invitation to him. But look at that. Just look at that. Oh my gosh, look at this pathetic girl. Just open that video for me, please. Like, just laugh at it with the voice.
I challenged him. I was like, guys, let's pay our respects to a fallen soldier. Gary here is having a meltdown. You might ask why. Well, yesterday, Gary was challenged to come and debate me, to bring the receipts. He talks a lot, he lies a lot, he makes up a ton of shit, he lies to people all the time, and all to smear Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and similar people. So I finally challenged him. I was like, you know what, Gary, why don't you come and sit down with me? Let's have an honest debate. Bring the receipts if you have them. And of course he doesn't, so he had to run away, and he did. He ran away from the debate like a rat, and he realized that entire internet was there to see it. Finally, he decided to go on absolute mental breakdown. Look at this. He's obsessed with me. 14 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, his entire feed is about me. Know why? Because he's ashamed. He's ashamed, like a little propagandist he is. He ran away from a woman, and now he's like literally stalking this woman.
Yeah, bro, he is. He's going on about it.
Everything is about me. One Candace Owens post, and then back to me. Hey, Gary, I'm flattered. What the fuck? You have a wife. I think it's inappropriate, And I'm much bigger than she, so it's definitely inappropriate,
So the guy's like lunatic, mentally ill, right? So I write him this big text. If you scroll down, the text is right there too. So yeah. So after I challenge him, he disappears and he starts like commenting on other people, but he sees my personal message, but he doesn't reply, right? He sees my challenge on the wall. He doesn't reply. He goes and comments on other people first because he's now contemplating like, how am I supposed to get out of this, right? So there's a big text like screenshot that I posted. There's a screenshot that starts with "Hey cunt" or something like that. That's me, by the way. I'm sorry, but I believe in speaking with people with appropriate language. You can't speak with the same language that you speak to heroes, to traitors, and cunts. You can't. So you have to speak their own language and make them understand what they are. That's what I believe personally. And by the way, guys, military guy got offended with the C word. A military guy. They're literally the filthiest people I know.
So what's the main argument here that
the main argument is,
what do you think that he's lied about? Let's hear.
Oh yeah, we'll go through all of it, guys. We'll go through all of it. I can't wait to see.
I mean, I know he leaked information. I know it seems like he's working with TPUSA. I guess as far as like defending them, but what is
nothing to do with TPUSA? It has everything to do with Candace and Zionists, right?
But it just sounds like he's got that they're all kind of I don't mean it's not just him. Like they're all kind of in the same mindset. It's like
for sure, dude. And
it's almost like establishment against non-establishment. It's weird. It's in a weird way.
I honestly believe that Gary's just dumb. Like he's not even. I don't think he's paid propagandist, but I have my doubts. But I think he's just simply dumb. Like,
well, you know what? I'm starting to kind of think so too. And let me explain why.
Yes,
Elizabeth, I want to know: have you ever seen this? Are you familiar with Didi Got a Podcast?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna play a clip. This is Didi and this woman named Lisa. Now, I just want you to listen to them talk for a little bit, and then you'll understand why after. And shout out to Didi. He's a real one. He's a very open-minded, objective thinker. He actually had me and Danks on the show a couple weeks ago, which was very kind of him. But I want you to focus more on the woman, and then I'll explain why after. Okay, you've never seen this woman before. You're not familiar.
Didi's one of the sane ones out here. Didi, Julian Dory, we can give them a sanity award. Megyn Kelly says she's not the mother of the internet. Well, Megyn Kelly, I'm the mother. Meet the mother of the internet. I mean, one of my big beefs with Megyn Kelly is when they came out with the movie Bombshell and they asked her in the interview, some question, and Megyn Kelly was like, well, any woman would sleep with their boss because they wanted to be on TV. No, not because I want to be on TV nor on the internet. I'm not selling my body or my soul. I mean, as I was in Cuba and there was these women. Anyway, I don't judge women who have been put in the position of selling their bodies in order to put food on the table. In fact, I believe those women have a hell of a lot more of a soul and integrity and honor than a hell of a lot of the whores I know in wealthy countries who do it because they want to be on TV.
You know, I like the features look familiar, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that I remember her. No.
All right. Well, I don't know.
What was her? So what was her purpose? What was she doing? Was she?
This was a debate about what really happened with Charlie Kirk and whether or not Tyler Robinson is guilty. But let's just play this.
Have you actually ever watched an actual constructed debate in your entire life? Because this is a disaster, and you should be embarrassed.
Got you. So more ad hominems. Shout out to Andrew Wilson.
No, I've been
called out
Andrew Wilson a couple years,
okay.
And this is not how this goes at all. What you are doing is a joke. I hope you understand that this is a joke. Again.
Now, I just want to point out, to give you some context, the woman yelling right now is saying that Tyler Robinson...
Dee blew her away. He blew her away. Oh, I loved it.
Killed Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, TPUSA, everybody's innocent, and the charging documents are the smoking gun. And Dee being the intelligent, open-minded thinker that he is trying to say, hey, maybe we should ask some more questions. And this is how she's reacting.
It's not because Dee is an intelligent, open-minded thinker. It's because Dee isn't batshit crazy. You don't have to be super intelligent for this shit.
Wow. What is your claim? Where are you substantiating that bomb-sniffing dogs would be looking for a rifle?
Even though he is. I mean, I would give definitely Dee's above average intelligence. I would give him that. But you don't have, you have to have a bit of a noggin.
This is a good answer to that.
Is there evidence to support that?
I'm not going to speak.
There you go. Good girl.
Babbling. Whenever you're done babbling, nonsense. I would like to go next.
I asked my question.
Oh, she asked her
question.
What is
your evidence to support that a bomb-sniffing dog would be looking for a rifle?
That's literally what happened.
Nope. Provide you with a document where a document that said it was bomb-sniffing dogs that were used to find this rifle.
I don't have that right here in front of me, but I can get that for you.
Great.
So I'm the only one here that's provided evidence to support anything that I've been saying. You have not done that. Andrew Wilson, I've called him out a couple of times. I would be more than willing to have a conversation with Andrew Wilson. And respectfully, I would annihilate Andrew Wilson on this topic as well.
Yeah,
and I think that he's a great debater.
All right.
There is no way anybody's proving that Tyler Robinson did this beyond a reasonable doubt. There is so much doubt in this case. We haven't even talked about the pressure that Charlie was dealing with in his life.
You can't have doubt over a case and a trial that hasn't even played out. You don't know what evidence the state even has.
Erica Kirk,
oh my gosh.
What they have. What you got now.
So how is she connected to all this?
Elizabeth, I don't want to subject you to any more from this clip. I think you get the gist of it. In your personal and professional opinion, do you think that this woman is a reliable source of information on this?
No, I think she seriously has an IQ issue here.
You do, right?
Yeah.
And you've never seen her before today?
No. And like
I've only heard of it from here. So
okay, because
I'm sure she's one of those like ex-trolls that probably trolls around, right?
Yeah, but see, the problem is she does have a bit of an IQ problem, but she's got a higher IQ than Tamara Neely. Okay, this is our baseline. I think Dee would agree with me. There were that's the bottom of the baseline we're talking about. Boy, that girl's challenged. So comparatively speaking, that's why she's a little bit more dangerous, if you will, than Tamara. I mean, she's still below average and, can be blown away with just going, Dee going, yeah, okay.
No.
Now this is what I find fascinating because Paramount not so tactical. He's trying to make his whole career off of piggybacking off of Candace and just bashing her and now he seems to be trying to do the same to you.
Oh, absolutely. But wait for him.
But do you know that when Paramount Tactical isn't bashing women online and he wants to bring one on to have what he believes to be an intelligent conversation about the case, that he brings on that girl?
No. Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
Guys, I'm not surprised. Then I have to tell you why. Danks, please open the drive and go to Ryan Amura for me.
Oh, please. She's there. Tamara Neely, Jen, the producer. I know I've been, let's see. Who else is there? I know I've been saving that. I know there's some others. It's not in your list, no. I know there's gotta be Catacomb Cat. No, I don't think that's one of his supporters. I forget, but there's a couple of women that, yeah. And again, I believe these are, his wife is running the show. And she's the one that, Christina Randall, I'm not sure who she is. She's the one who are booking, the the woman behind the man, and who's making the decisions of what they're going to cover and who's they're going to bring on and stuff like that. Gary even admitted one time, he made a slip of the tongue, that he hadn't wanted to do this whole podcast thing, coverage of the Charlie Kirk assassination, and that he just sold guns and, military training stuff. That's his business. That's what, I'm sure that, maybe in that arena, he's relatively competent. I don't know, maybe. But this is certainly not his forte. And as I say, I've been watching this for a while, because at first I was like, okay, so he was instructed by, FBI, whatever, the deep state, to come out and do this and be damage control, like with Candace. But no, I'm more convinced it's his wife. And this is kind of the business model that's being set up. I think it was FBI guy Kirikou. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he was like, it's much easier to get people to do things that they would do anyway, rather than convince them to do something, even by force or intimidation or whatever, to do something that they really don't want. So you want to set up a situation where they're not really going to be in a conflict of interest anytime you possibly can. And then also, the times that you have to use strong arm tactics, it'll work better. Because it's not the expected, and it's not something that you use. It's just something that you use in the extreme, and that I agree with him. So I think, that those are kind of the principles that are being used in setting up the YouTube business model, now that mainstream media, the corporations, have destroyed. Nobody has any confidence in them. So now they're, as I say, they're still working out the kinks of their propaganda models here. That's with the Erica Kirk, when she's leaving the Washington Hilton, and it was leaked, an oopsie by the idiot secretaries they've got in the government agency, that, how was the sympathy card that she generated by walking? I just want to go home. See, it's all a psyop.
Go to the last screenshots that you see with Ryan Muro. It should say the first is like back and forth, me daring him to come on my show, and the second one is me daring him again and saying I'm waiting, and then crickets.
Yeah. Hold on.
And look, Gary got all dressed up for her. He wore a hat.
I know. Look at that. Oh wow, he even combed his beard.
Hold on. Oh, wow, he did.
The thing is Elizabeth Lane is invited on this show. Elizabeth Lane was, because she was invited to Candace's show. I've contacted, when this whole thing started, I contacted a lot of the podcasters. Candace I've contacted years ago about the feminists, the issues there, but as usual, these girls, they're more interested in their careers than fixing the system. Hell, Ingrid Betancourt could be president of Colombia today if she hadn't been sitting in her ivory tower in Oxford all of these years, studying human rights, while I'm trying to implement them. Anyway, I digress. So let's go.
Dead.
You're not getting nothing by you, huh?
Oh no, you have no idea.
Play a quick clip.
So it's just the first two, right?
Yes, the first two, just to show who Ryan Muro is, guys. Just so that we know who Gary has over as guests. Okay. So I'm glad you showed me this. I've never seen this before, because I don't follow Muro's small testicles guy or whatever. I don't care. But when they come after me, then I start to care, and they all scatter. Literally, I never even paid attention to Blake Neff, because this guy is not important to me right now. My objective with this case, with Charlie Kirk, has always been, the key here is Tyler Robinson, who doesn't sit far away from me. So that's the guy I need to focus on, because once he's cleared, then the real investigation starts, right? And if he's not, then great. Then we need to see what evidence they have to put him on a death row or forever in prison, right? So Blake Neff was never on my radar up until he passive aggressively.
Well, yeah, what evidence? And then, well, good luck. Well, he's not acting alone. Who else is involved? But see, this should be from the get-go. I mean, to then start research into who else might be involved.
Came after me. So then I replied, hey, Blake, you've got a big mouth. You want to show that off in my show? Like, I'm ready to sit down with you, bro. And he runs away. You saw the famous Erica post. I challenged her openly. She pretended she never saw it, even though we know she did.
Well, so, she might have had plans with Blake win that night. You know, we don't know.
Could be. We don't know, bro. We don't know.
So you want me to share these screenshots?
Yes, please do.
Yeah, we don't have to listen to these people.
Share my screen.
Yes. So this is the guy who Paramount Tactical thinks that is reliable source. So this is the last communication. So that people know it's him. Like his face on it as well.
Oh, we're pulling up text.
Yeah, there you go. So I challenged him. This was a long conversation, which I can provide down to the T. I posted it on my public X, so it's there. And this guy, I challenged him. He says, oh yeah, sure. Actually, he challenged me. That was the beautiful part. So when I challenged Blake Neff, he came after me and he said, Elizabeth, I'll debate you. And I'm like, oh really, Ryan? Sure, let's go. And then he's like, uh-oh. And he backtracks. He's like, okay, sure, of course. What kind of discussion? He goes on a rant for 20 minutes, even though I gave him date and time. Then I gave him the freedom to choose whatever he wanted. Guys, this conversation goes for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, here's my address. Here's exactly what you need to do. Anytime you want to come, I'll fly you. Well, you have to fly yourself. I'm not paying for a fucking propagandist. Zionists are paying enough. So you have to come, or I'll send you a link and we can get on an actual video chat and we can do this. So he goes back and forth asking dumb questions like, what do you want the convo to be? Anything you want, Ryan, anything you want. Oh, no, be specific, but anything you want, dude, pick a topic, whatever. So we go back and forth, guys. Finally, he's got nothing else for me. And he goes, Elizabeth, put down your vodka because that's all they know. The only thing they know about Russia, which I'm not Russian, by the way, that's another dumb shit. I was born in Georgia, completely different country. It's like me telling you guys you're French. You're American, but no, you're French. You're French because it's the same country, right? American. That's how different Georgia and Russia are. Completely different language.
I'm French and American.
Different culture, different people. In fact, Georgia, for the longest time, was one of the best allies with the United States. Georgian soldiers fought in the Middle East with the NATO forces. So that's a different discussion. We can go into it. But so this is how stupid they are. Put down your vodka. You didn't answer basic questions. Literally for 20 minutes, I'm answering these questions at this point. 20 minutes. So finally I said, here's the date.
So did he ask you this stuff before already? Is that what you're saying? Why
yeah. So this goes on forever. I posted entire conversation on my wall for people to see how he was just like beating the same horse. Instead of saying, great, I got it. No, exact same questions. And then show us.
Did you tell him what you were going to have a conversation about and all this?
I said anything you want. Open topic. Whatever you want, Ryan. Okay. We can talk. Like, you want moon landing? Fuck yeah, let's debate about moon landing. Like, this is how scared these people are because they know they have no knowledge behind them. They won't sit down with you because they know this. Look, so my question mark there, he saw it and he goes, this will be easier to set up in a quick video call because your writing is so difficult to understand and full of mistakes. Oh, poor guy didn't understand what I wrote. He didn't understand what I wrote, guys. Now he's playing dumb, right? So I said, the only video call we will have is when you agree to come debate me. Very simple. I'm not chatting with you as if we were friends because we're not. Come to my show and pick up your freaking claims. That's how it works.
She wants to smoke, bro.
A real firecracker tonight.
Dude, I'm so done with these propagandist faggots. Like, and no offense to gay people, I would never call a gay person a faggot. Never. I respect gay people. I have friends who are gays. You know who's a faggot, guys? Men who pretend to be men and cannot show up for a debate or anything, really, for a fight, for a debate, whatever it is. If you're going to put shit out there, back it up, bro. That's how it works.
At least argue your point. And back it up with receipts.
That he left me with I'm waiting, as you can see. That's our last, and that was, let me check when that was. I'll give you exact date when that was. That's your Ryan Muro.
So who is this guy?
He's the guy who recently was at Paramount Tactical Show, bashing Candace Owens for going to Russia. I guess if you go to Russia, you're automatically now a Putin's soldier and Putin's puppet. That's what's happening. So that Ryan Muro guy happened.
I saw someone analyze, I don't know who I was watching. Saying that.
Sorry, May 17th, guys. What it is today? May 17th this was. I don't know if you can see like the date. May 17th. May 17th, I said, I'm waiting, Ryan. I'm waiting, and it is May 3rd.
So why won't they debate you? What is they?
They're scared, and you're about to learn why. Because we're going to debunk Paramount Tactical's every fucking word. And they are scared, and you are going to learn why.
Elizabeth, I got to say, I'm pretty surprised. I did not see this side of you in the Candace Owens interview.
You know why?
But I like it. No,
Thank you. Yeah, because here's how I understand this life. Why would I be tough or fight with a woman that I agree with? Like, why? If tomorrow Candace goes bashing sane people and siding with Zionists, I started my show with that. Candace, the only time I'm going to have to leave you is if one day you show up and start pretending that Zionists are in the right here and we have to support Israel before we support this country. Then we're going to have a problem. So that's the difference. You can have the nice Elizabeth and you can have a nice discussion, which me and you guys are having maybe now. So, and you can have me as an enemy, which you don't want.
Then, I like people like you because when you're like open and you get all fired up and rant, and I'm not going to lie, I may or may not have, done that myself once or twice on the show, but
good.
You get to see the good in the bad with somebody. Like when they just like let it all out and like, I don't care, I'm just gonna speak my mind, and then they just go. Like you get to see it, like you know exactly who you're dealing with, and it's not all like just fake and gay as they say. When you get someone who like you could tell that they're like kind of in character and that they're just like trying to like play their role and come off a certain way. Like you just seem to be like letting it out right now.
Here, share my screen.
Anytime, bro. Like that's the thing. I freaking hate fake people. There's two.
Yeah, me too. I can't.
Yeah, I freaking hate them. Fake people and dumb people. These two are just incredibly annoying. Let's go, Gary.
So someone leaves a comment says Elizabeth is crashing out.
It's all his people. By the way, he filters the comments. Did you know that? I have the proof of that too. He was in the beginning when live started. People were like literally writing shame, shame, shame. Gary, you're a pussy. Gary, you're this. Gary, you're that. He literally took down all of it, and we can prove this today. Thanks. It's in the folder with screenshots that people have sent me. Like every single one of them sent me that, and it says the somebody like the owner of this video or something blocked you or posted you or something. He literally censors his own people. So only positive comments are up there. Pathetic, Gary.
I could see that.
Yeah, let's go debunk.
Here we go.
Redhead.
Elizabeth is crashing out. Interesting to watch. It is fun to watch. Hey, you know what? Gary's my favorite podcast where he tells the truth. Folks, that's what we're going to do every single time. And this is the thing. Once I started seeing what was happening with Candace and I started seeing what was happening with everybody else that are in her orbit, just pushing lies. And on top of that, going after Erica Kirk and TPUSA, Charlie's widow. I don't see how anybody can just stand by and not say something and start going through it and say, no, that's not going to happen in this country. And of course, my concerns back in November and December have completely played out to be true. Now we start inserting what I will allegedly say is absolutely a state-sponsored mouthpiece. Like that's the only logical conclusion. And folks, by the way, there's a lot of heavy hitters that are now doing research. So Elizabeth, you've drawn the attention of a lot of people out there. What you're doing, what's going on with you, the way that you are intentionally subverting this country and the Trump administration.
He's going to have Lisa knows best get to the bottom of it.
And right there.
What do you say to this so far? Like he's insinuating you're essentially state-sponsored.
Yeah, of course.
Trying to work against the government or something. I don't. Dissident, higher dissident.
So he failed to say which country exactly because he knows he's going to absolutely make no sense. Here's a Georgian born, practically raised in the US. I was here since my college days, practically made my career here, by the way. So no ties in Russia whatsoever. No father, no mother, no nobody. So which state sponsored Gary? He dabs into Russia a little bit later and he's like super careful, guys. He's like, I have no proof, guys. He's quick to point that out. I have no proof. Don't sue me, Elizabeth. Please don't sue me. I have no proof. But she's a Russian puppet. Wait, I have no proof. But she's a Russian puppet. I have no proof, guys.
Well, here's my question. He's going to make an allegation like that and say stuff like that about Candace going to Russia one time and going on vacation. What does that say about everybody in Congress and all of our elected officials going overseas to kiss the wall?
Israel with 2 passports, by the way. Yeah, well, Gary coincidentally.
But why doesn't he present that same energy to our elected officials?
Because he's an Israeli esky, sir. That's why. That's the easiest explanation here. That's why. But he doesn't have a problem with Israel occupying our Congress and, they literally killed Thomas Messi's current career. They can't kill Thomas Messi, but they try to. But this is a so-called hero, Green Beret, that doesn't have any problems with that. But he has problems with Russia, a country he has no idea about where Russia is, what Georgian-Russian relationships are. Like, he has no clue what's going on, but he has audacity to talk about it. But let's go, guys. State-sponsored is accusation so far. Let's go. Let's go into it.
So I ran a poll real quick. If you can you pull up the last text that I ran?
My text?
No, I'm telling Baze. You see, I put a text that's in the comment box. Can you pull it up? This is how. It says, "Do you think Erica Kirk?" It's the poll.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. So 96% say that she's living a lie.
Oh my gosh, 4% only.
Wait till you see the other one. I ran the same poll. Oh, did it pop up yet?
What do you think about Erica Kirk? That's a lie, Elizabeth. Do you feel that way as well?
Of course, she's lying. We caught her in multiple lies. I've talked about it. We talked about it with Brandy and Zach. I believe that episode is available on my channel. And Candace has repeatedly talked about Erica's lies. So yeah, she's a liar. Of course, she's a liar. But I'm more concerned about Gary tonight. So let's go, guys. Let's continue with this little penguin.
Oh, that's odd. My
little penguin.
my poll didn't come up in the StreamYard chat for some reason.
Maybe click all down there next to post a comment. All right, I'm going to press play here.
Yeah.
So we're going to figure out what's going on with you and what's happening. Preaching Gary Tourette's Tanya could run her mouth like this in Russia against their government, but she shills Putin here while trashing the U.S. because we actually allow free speech.
I think that's the last part of it, guys. Like, we got to start in the beginning. These are like last part of his show.
This is the first 10 minutes.
It is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's reading a couple super chats.
Okay, got it.
Is this your post here?
No, this is a good post. So yeah, let's start with what he said. Sorry, my bad.
You see, Jen, the producer, woman with, you don't see her face or anything like that. Just somebody with a gun. I mean, what the?
I thought he was
no
the
problem. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, this is it.
Probably
The specific education. Where did I go here?
No.
But her specific education.
This is like some annoying woman like that calls herself a producer and thinks that she's a reliable source. She knows how to look up facts. And once you see,
she has you here. I see. Okay.
Yeah, who they are reading from, guys. Once you see what their facts are, she presents this as facts, right? And I'm going to show you the name who posted it, and you'll die laughing. But let's read it first.
Let's see.
Trail I've seen points to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in Los Angeles. Theater, not law. Acting, not foreign policy. Performance, not credentialed expertise. Her website also claims she has authored 2 books, yet I've not found the titles, the ISBNs, publishers, retail listings, library records, reviews, or any verifiable catalog trail tying those alleged books to Elizabeth Lane. When someone claims to be an author, basic proof should not be this hard to find. Then there is the identity trail. Public information places Elizabeth Lane in Midvale, Utah, and connects her to the UNIFYD/November Lane.
She cannot read Unified.
Public search records also show associated names, including Liz, and I'm not even going to try to say that.
Is that looks like Gonyeri? So saying
Gonyeri. Oh my gosh, these fucking idiots. Okay, keep going. This is good. I'm going to debunk everything here. Just keep going.
A program connected to the pro-Kremlin where anti-Western narratives were circulated. So before Elizabeth Lane mocks U.S. military veterans, maybe she should answer a few basic questions. What is her actual education in law and international relations?
Liz Lane and Lizzie L. whatever.
Lizzie,
I'm not posting her address, her phone number, or her private information because I don't dox people unlike Candace Owens and her ilk. I'm asking a legitimate question. Why is the
what the fuck is this guy doing with his finger? Look at him. He's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. It's just
weird. He's been doing that for a while too.
He's such a clown, dude.
It looks like he's getting ready to pick his nose.
Woman marketing herself as a serious investigative journalist operating behind a public-facing identity that appears incomplete, vague, and unexplained.
Oh, incomplete, vague.
And the foreign influence concern is not coming from nowhere. My detective reported that Elizabeth Lane, described as an American actress of Georgian descent and a UNIFYD TV anchor, appeared on
Woman Unified.
A program connected with a pro-Kremlin Georgian outlet, media outlet, where anti-Western narratives are circulated. So before Elizabeth Lane mocks U.S. military veterans, maybe she should answer a few basic questions. What is her actual education in law and international relations? Because that is listed on her LinkedIn. Where are the degrees? Where are the books? Where are the ISBNs? Where does the public record show whatever that last name is? And why is she
so hung up on you in these books? What books? You wrote books?
Oh my gosh, yes. And I will explain everything why she's so hung up on my degree. Where is the law degree, Elizabeth? Where is it? Where is it? Show us. Hey, retard, how about if you had accepted my offer and come to debate me, you wouldn't have to look so hard. I would have actually showed it to you, but you didn't. You pushed out. So now you're going to get buried. So let's go with this, can we? Guys, first, they are questioning my credentials. Like, where's your law degree, Elizabeth? Why are you lying? You're just an actress. You're a nobody. Here's a copy I made specifically for Gary to put it right up where he sleeps, like on the bed. So when he wakes up, he sees one of his many failures every single morning. This is my law degree copy here. Here's what I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you certification of it and what it says. And then Gary, please tell us where you live. We are not going to put it out because we're not doxing people, okay? So give us DM with your address so we can send you the copy of my certification. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, what does it say, guys? What does it say? What does it say? Does it say law here or what? Huh? Can you see it? Can you see it? Huh?
You gotta stop shaking it.
Oh my God, she actually finished a fucking university with a law degree. She's not just a dumb actress. Oh, turns out she's actually very qualified to talk about everything. My major was law. My minor was, international relations. You want my degrees, Gary? Here it is. Please email us your address so I can send it to you framed, mother effer. Next. So they're questioning my citizenship, guys, and my name.
Okay. I'll check and see. I mean, if she has a degree, she has a degree. But I also still contend you don't have to go to a university. In fact, like, I want to see a lot of these universities in court for the bullshit, the women's rights and gender studies, particularly my alma mater, GW, domestic violence, human rights. I've been knocking at these doors, and all like they do is go away, stupid. I'm not the stupid one here.
Somebody sent a message, a super chat. Do you want to read a couple of super chats? There's one that they sent me. Oh, go ahead. I was
just showing you. They are questioning my citizenship. I believe later in the video says,
go back to the video.
Yeah, go back to the video, I guess. And I'm trying to show you guys without my actual giving out like your personal information. I'm going to try to cover this with something, I guess. Just wanted to show you the name here. Hold on. Can you see?
Someone sent a super chat that said,
like Elizabeth Lane.
Just send a screenshot. Just cover something over it. Send a screenshot.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm just going to send you a screenshot. But yes, like we should send her. What did he say? Like we should revoke her visa. They said, sorry, Gary, I'm an American citizen, and I have just like you. I have the same rights as every American citizen. That's our country's law, by the way. The same status, the same rights.
I'm an American citizen and a French citizen. I've been denied my rights by both for 20 years. So I'm an American citizen, so I have rights. I'm like, no, guess what? You don't. And everybody, all the cackling hens and roosters on the internet are in part responsible.
Same everything. The only thing that differs a neutralized citizen from the birthright citizen, which is like when they're born here, is that the neutralized citizen can never be a president. And I'm not running yet, Gary. So we're good. Let's go.
So someone said,
yeah,
Jax loves Rich, but thanks go Paramount Tactical's video. Charlie Kirk was the real threat behind him on September 17th. Look at timestamp 9:10 to 11. Skips Charlie's score to see common sense Gary. So let's see common sense Gary here. I'm just gonna start at 9 minutes.
You might want to play it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Is Gore in it? You might want to watch
it.
No,
they're saying there's no. I looked already.
Okay.
Keeping it specific to what we said in that video, if there was an entrance wound on the right side, we would see it. And we
this is not from the...
Now, if we go back to the idea that this was a direct impact to the neck from the alleged position of the shooter, you're looking at this pork butt. We have rounds that have significantly less penetrating power and less energy, and they're going right through that, no problem. Given how little bit of material that we have, it's not going to be much thicker than that pork butt, and definitely less dense. You're probably talking about a round penetrating 4 to 6 inches before we hit the vertebrae. So even if it hits the bone, I would expect to see an obvious and significant exit wound with, again, lots of fluid, very obvious, and going through all the different footage that I've been able to, and people present it to me. I know people out there saying, "Hey, I think I see something here. I think I see something here."
Wait, so originally he did think
again, we have some things here going on.
Huh?
Oh, so originally he did think that there would have been an exit wound.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the date on this?
This is 8 months ago.
No, but what's the date?
It's
Is it before he got those DoD contracts
September
for $190,000?
September 17th.
So it's a week before he got those DoD contracts for
$6 days.
$190,000.
Oh, it was 6 days after Charlie died.
Yeah, and a week later he got the contracts, and then all of a sudden he flips his whole,
Yeah, of course.
his whole position.
Of course. Because again, like I told you, Gary is a C-word. That's all he is. So yeah, I can't wait to debunk his entire freaking narrative, guys. Like, let's destroy this guy for once and for all so he cannot even come out in public anymore.
Okay. So this one here, right?
Wow.
I think it was not only just the contracts that made Gary flip, but also that it was becoming more and more apparent that the authorities, the FBI, was involved.
I didn't even know that. I don't really watch the guy.
Recent narratives, because right now Elizabeth Lane, investigative journalist, looks less like a credential and more like a manufactured brand. A theater background, vague resumes, books, unexplained name trail, a conspiracy media platform, and documented pro-Kremlin adjacent appearances. I think maybe my friends over at the CIA, FBI, and DHS should be looking into the Georgian-born propagandist who clearly is running an op in the United States of America.
See, he can be sued
Secretary
for
Rubio, sir.
He can be sued for this. She can be sued. She specifically can be sued for this. The person that wrote this. And the reason they are not saying that themselves, like the Paramount Tactical and this retard woman, like that calls herself a producer that relies on trolls to supply information, is because they are scared. They never once came out and actually said, Elizabeth, you're a Russian propagandist. You know why? As soon as they say that, my lawyers will hit them with a lawsuit and will subpoena their communications, all of it, and they will be fucked. Excuse my language, but you have to say that.
Oh, so, we're way past that, Elizabeth. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, and now, guys, you would think, okay, so they're playing this as like some kind of evidence, like even though I actually have a paper evidence here of what they're trying to debunk. Gary, this is specifically yours, guy. I made a copy for you specifically to hang it right up. I know, I'm such a nice girl like that. So, and they're trying to debunk this, and you would think, like, what are they relying on? Like, what are their sources they are relying on, right? You want to know who their source is here? Thanks. Open the Victoria screenshot. This is the woman that wrote that, and it's open for everyone to see on X. Who the heck is Victoria, guys? Diva is mother of three, I guess. Mother of three. She's mother of three with 3,600 followers. This is what Paramount Tactical's actual facts come from. This is where it comes from. They dared to read a post of this completely unknown, who knows who the heck this woman is, as a fact, guys. Can you imagine?
So what are the claims that he's making right now?
I mean, the thing is of course, I don't have many followers or anything like that. But you Google me, I'm all over the place. I mean, I'm a real life person. And I don't work for any other. There's all sorts of these accounts that I'm like, yeah, these are bot. These are fake accounts. They're bots. They're whatever.
So open the next one. Open the next screenshot of what Victoria is, and you'll see the full post. So everything that she just said is Victoria's writing. She just read it. Look, she just read it.
So she's talking about you.
Yeah, she's talking about me.
Okay, and so it's saying that calling Putin the best politician in the world and calls America the country that took her in and quote, the number one terrorist in the world. No doubt about that on a podcast.
Yeah, so I believe that either it was this Victoria girl, I have to double check because I just realized that this is one of the reposts that Gary has, and he took a post of another troll and read it. Literally, so go on Gary's website real quick, X, and you can see where that came from. Who is Elizabeth Lane?
So Gary,
how long has this been going on?
Just a day. He just went nuts and crashed out on me, like writing the post after post after post.
Oh, so you guys haven't been like back and forth? He just like...
we have been back and forth with posts.
Oh, but then today it escalated.
Yeah. So see some facts about Elizabeth Lane, only spies Lane, and then he reposted this Victoria woman, and he calls it facts. Guys, he calls it facts. He calls facts from some unknown Victoria troll, wrote something, and he calls it facts. You know what a fact is? You read retard? Fact is a paper, literally with a stamp and actual proof. That's a fact. This is not a fact. This is a troll writing her opinion. So next, you know where she got these opinions?
Just pull up his page, right?
Yeah, pull up his page, and you will see how obsessed he is with me. Go down.
So this is just his regular page.
Yeah. But guys, these get so good. I mean, it's there. Ryan Muro.
This is Ryan Muro right here?
Yeah, he's Ryan Muro, who I guess he can read. By the way, don't you have like a...
I made a whole show about you.
Yeah, and he photoshopped me to look older, guys. I'm telling you, he has this weird thing. He photoshopped me to look
like older. Some hot MILF, some like sexy, like Real Housewives,
versus reality,
Russian accent. Like.
Yeah, and versus reality, he said, and he photoshopped. Please open that. That's a Photoshop to make me look older.
He made you look like some like hot MILF actress. You know, he's like.
Yeah, and then versus reality, and that's not reality.
Versus reality.
This is AI, dude. Look at it. Open it. He AI'd my picture to make me look older. Look, that's not even me. This is how pathetic he is. He literally AI'd my picture. This is how demented he is.
Yeah, it makes you look old.
That is literally not my mouse. I don't have a mouse like this. And he AI'd and says, give like a 20 extra years. That was probably his wife, like crashing out after I called her ugly. that was like, oh no, we lost Thanks.
Oh, where'd he go?
Where did he go?
He'll be back.
Yeah. So, but it gets so much better, guys. You have no idea. So you would ask
I can't wait.
Oh, there we go.
My apologies.
Hey, thanks. So he needs AI to make me look older, guys. And he puts like this through AI and says like, all of this, what Elizabeth Lane looks like, and probably gave like a comment saying, hey, give like extra 20 years so that she looks like my wife.
All he does is talk about it.
So she looks like my wife.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Share my screen again?
Yeah.
So there's that. And then you didn't know I'd be watching Perfect Day for a Narcissist Psycho. I can smell vodka, SSRIs, and communism from here. Holy shit.
He's like completely.
And he's quoting you. And by
the way, that's one of my books. Let me explain what that is. So this moron posts one of the videos I have on Instagram, and they call it Finding Facts. Like I literally post that on Instagram, and I told him this was specifically for my Georgian subscribers. So I wrote, it was the entirety about a bunch of like geopolitical stuff, and it was only a few copies for my subscribers that I wrote. And he posts this, and then
every post has you on it. That's fucking crazy.
Everything, and then he pretends that there is no book. So in one of them, he goes and says, "Go down." They're so pathetic, these guys.
Yeah, he's like...
Oh, it's all over, but this text that she just went through, this whole text that we are trying to debunk right now and successfully managing it, it's got to be one of those, because I remember she took it from this text.
Which one? What are you looking for?
The text that she went through right now with the video, on the video.
Oh.
Like, who is Elizabeth Lane or something?
This one?
No, I think it's the grifter, history, so-called journalist. Open that. Lower down.
Oh, no.
One. The one with the book. The one with the book. Go up. That one. Yeah, open Seafool.
Seafool, yeah. There's...
There. Oh, maybe that's not it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, go back to his video. So the text that she's reading in the video. So
in his life. Which one are you talking about?
The text that he was just reading in his video about me, about the like certificate and my law degree and all of that. She's reading from somewhere, right?
This one right here.
Yeah. So exactly that one. So that is someone else's writing, right? So he relies on trolls and propagandists to deliver the news, guys. Like, and here's the thing. The so-called producer that doesn't even know how to research, where did she get that from is the question. So where did she get that from? You might ask. One, she just checked my LinkedIn. By the way, created by me. So we know what's there. It's mine. I don't even use it. That's why it's outdated and she doesn't even comprehend that. So she couldn't find anything there. And then she started to rely on other things. Like, for example, this article. Thanks, I just sent you a link. Open this link. So she goes like, she was in Gonieri. So she probably went and saw this article, or AI did and gave this article. So open that. There you go. So Miss Detector, everything that she claims there is literally in this article. Let me give you guys the backstory of this article because it's fascinating. So first of all, Gonieri is not pro-Russian channel. This guy's name is Soso. He's an independent journalist. He's actually a historian, by the way, much smarter than Paramount Tactical and her producer put together. So Soso is a friend of mine who invited me in his show, and I went on. And this is Biden years, guys. This is where we have demented Biden, and I'm a absolute vicious Trump supporter. Okay, we all were. I don't know if you guys were, but I was a huge Trump supporter. Were you guys Trump supporters?
Yes.
Yeah.
The site says German cooperation.
Yeah. So
project of the German Marshall Fund.
Yeah, it was before the US aid. We'll talk about this. So guys, this is very interesting. And I go and talk about how amazing Trump is and how Biden is demented and entire machine of US aid propaganda.
Okay. So anybody who was a Trump supporter and now has turned on them, I mean, they're potential friends and the friend versus foe. I mean, I understand. I even supported Trump. I wasn't going to go so far as to go to the polls and vote for him. I knew he was going to win anyway, and so I'm not going to waste my time. But I did support him because, and I wasn't for him. I was against. Oh, thank the Lord, Kamala Harris didn't get in there. Lordy Lord. So as I say, anybody who now supported Trump, I mean, I get why they did. I'm just like, yeah, you see why I was against him?
Because they were fighting Trump then, remember that? So all of this machine, the deep state, just comes after me and they write this, what they call the hit piece, and people actually took it the opposite. So they call me a Russian propagandist. Go down, all the way down. I hope they didn't take down the, go down all the way. Yeah, there you go. The shirt with the Biden there. It says the face you make when Russia invades the country you launder your money in, or something like that. So that's like my shirt, and I'm pro-Trump, and Trump is being called a Russian propagandist. And they literally, everybody that supports Trump literally is called Russian propagandist, right? So they start calling me Russian propagandist because I went against Biden protecting Trump. But it goes deeper than that. So as soon as I come out, I exposed a CIA puppet. It's a long story, but former president, I said, former president was a CIA puppet. Trump is fighting the deep state. Before he turned on us, we were all, believing in him and so on. So all of this happened because I was protecting the same president that Paramount Tactical is kissing ass to right now. Okay, all of this happened because I'm protecting Trump. So I come back to my home, And they sent me 2 men to knock on my door and threaten me. This is how bad it was. This is what real journalists do, by the way. They actually stick with their guns and the truth. So they sent 2 men, and they thought that it would scare me. Of course, it didn't. We went on. Trump won. And guess what Trump did? The first thing Trump did is defunded these motherfuckers. So he cut the US aid. They were sponsored from Soros and US aid, the Miss Detector, and then they shifted to Europe because now European deep state got involved with the NGOs, and NGOs were forced to register under Georgia.
USA, that Trump was right on that. Elon Musk was right on that. I mean, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. We need to go farther with this.
Version of Farah. So long story short, guys, this was a propagandist outlet, literally what Gary is today, and trying to spew hate and like on everyone that supported Trump. And as you can see, they put Biden shirt there because Biden was the president back then, and just to show everybody how big of a pro-Russian propagandist I was, because I was siding with Trump, guys. I was siding with Trump, and I was a Russian propagandist because Trump was chosen by Russians. And that's what Gary used.
And now that you're not aligning with Trump, now you're a Russian propagandist again.
Yes, again. When Trump came in power, I was like one of the good journalists, right? Now I'm a Russian propagandist, like Tucker is from Qatar.
I'm always willing to leave an open mind. She may be a good egg.
They literally used this, and they got ousted. Literally, for now, they have to register under Farah because they are a propaganda channel. And Georgians make fun of them. The owner of this outlet, the woman, had to leave her house like this. Literally hiding from the cameras. They wrote a bunch of shit on her entrance of the house. And this is what Paramount Tactical relies on when he says that I'm a Russian propagandist. They literally quoted everything that's here. So I just love it. I just love these guys. This is the best debunking shit ever. Let's go. Should we go continue? Oh, by the way, it's Unified. I want to say Unified TV, but it gets better, guys. Like if you want to see someone's grave and someone put into his grave 6 feet under, of course, not literally, figuratively, we should continue with this. It's going to get much better. By the way, I was the first one to... Yeah, I was the first one to...
Your mic is muted.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Okay,
I was wondering why he's so quiet. I watch his mouth moving. I'm like, I don't hear him.
My bad. So I'll play it from here.
Yeah.
This one, I truly believe she may have lied on her paperwork. She is definitely spewing anti-American propaganda. And what was that you said? Oh, yeah.
Look, my job at the State Department is if I identify someone who I believe is present, someone who's a visitor, a guest to the United States, and we identify that their presence in our country poses a threat to our foreign policy, to our national security, we're gonna take the person's visa away. We're gonna take the visa away. That's what we're gonna do. Look, my job at the State Department is if I identify...
We're gonna take her visa away.
We're just playing a clip of him saying that.
How was that, sorry?
Yeah, and going back here, again, this is her YouTube channel. And she went from nothing to suddenly landing these extremely big...
Bro, you've been doing these interviews as long as
for like 10 years, almost more.
but since I've known way before, and we met.
She went from nothing.
He's acting like you're brand new. Like she just popped out last week.
Shout out. There's your boy right there. Look, check your boy out.
Look how sexy he is. Gary's jealous, guys. He's jealous.
He's jealous.
So,
we got all these, he just wishes he was on the list. Oh, he's sad, bro. He's sad.
And it just doesn't make sense to me. And what we've been seeing and saying for a while.
Dude, I'm a first-hand witness. You had like 20-something thousand the week before in Candace. You had done that interview, and you got a bunch of followers then.
I know,
and that's normal. Like you have a big show. She didn't have it on her show.
Exactly.
You released it on your channel. Anyone's gonna seek out a Candace episode, and you grew double in size, if not more, from that.
And that's relatively.
Yeah, but see, this is also what when it was right before Christmas, and this even got with Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly, and this pissed off Megyn Kelly, to her credit. That don't platform her. You got to deplatform her. Don't give her a platform. You got to cancel her. It really exposed how this is a popularity contest. I mean, I've been playing that game with all of the robber baron heiresses for 20 years now. And the aristocracy in Europe. So yeah, I haven't been given a voice, but it's not because what I have to say is not important or valid, as everybody contends. To the contrary, I've done my homework. I mean, these kids, I've come back to the workforce longer than most of them have been in here. And I've done nothing, but I've had no life. I mean, my sons, I didn't come to Washington to get back into the game, find a meal ticket husband. That was what my mother was hoping for. That she could then milk for. And if I had done that, I would have effectively been muzzled. And was exactly why I needed a meal ticket husband to control me. That was the whole thing about the W parties back in the 80s, was her feeble attempts. She didn't realize we were no longer living in 1930. Anyway, so this whole thing that you're popular, you got lots of likes, you got, you're popular on the internet and on YouTube, and therefore you're important to the discussion, and everybody else is a peon who should be kissing your ass and worshiping you. Yeah, that's the problem.
That's relatively
that's expected.
Channel. Yeah, absolutely. And we can break down his retarded logic in a second. But let me say, this is brand new YouTube channel, by the way. I was never a YouTuber.
It's like a little. I mean, it's the same thing. Arriving in a new city and going to the local country club and hi. If you're a high status, they're going to kiss your ass. If you're a low status, they're not going to give you the time of day. See, this is elitism. They're denouncing elitism, but that's what they're producing.
When I was with Unified, I was not allowed to do this. I couldn't do this. My content belonged to Unified by the contract I signed, right? So I was behind the paywall. So Gary's cheap. He doesn't want to pay $14.99 to actually check my shows on Unified. If he had, he would have known. But hey, before Unified, I worked for years before Unified, and this guy pretended I just popped up like a little flower somewhere. That
I haven't taken one penny. An activism website, I've never even tried. I mean, it's kind of like when I was in college, like I would tutor. My favorite story is international econ. I got a 98 on the midterm on a class that even the econ majors failed at least once. Easiest class I ever took. I mean, the other easy classes was algebra, geometry. I mean, I just this is the thing that is driving me freaking crazy with Foxcroft. They're building a STEM wing, yet I've been marginalized. Like, not only am I the smartest girl that Foxcroft has ever had. I'm sorry. I will defend that. Particularly when it comes to math and sciences. But I've always been interested in the social sciences rather than physical sciences. I mean, I got that from my dad, and he was physical sciences, obviously, as a physician. But, and quite frankly, I think women are better in the social sciences because we have that women's intuition that helps us there. But, I played this game with them, and I'm just like, you got to be freaking kidding me. The whole thing is upside down.
That never existed, but this gets better, guys. Like I said, keep going. This is a gift that keeps giving. Please do.
Whether it's Qatar, whether it's Russia, whether it's China, look, there is clearly an influence operations taking place, and suddenly all of these people suddenly have these ties. And now we have Candace Owens. Candace Owens going to Russia after everything that she's been doing. Look, we've been saying this. Like, hey, I've been saying this since December at a minimum, that there are foreign adversaries that are boosting her numbers, that are pushing her content, and why? Why is it? It's because everything that she says is subversive and destructive and an negative impact on the Trump administration. And we see.
Who cares? Who cares what administration is what? You're just criticizing. It's like you could.
Yeah.
Is he talking about who has to? Why did everyone act like we have to agree with Trump? Like, where that shit come from? You know what I mean?
From Israel.
Yeah.
Israel that Gary loves very much. The only thing that's
the only country he didn't name when he's talking about foreign influence operations.
Of course, he won't. He's either dumb, like we said, guys, in the beginning, or they've got some kind of sexual blackmail on him.
He was taking. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. I was gonna make this joke before.
No, they bought him, and they do have some blackmail stuff on him. This is the Sasha Riley tapes. He named Trump, Jim Jordan, and Andy Biggs in a snuff film. And then what they did to Sasha Riley. I don't know why everybody's missing this one.
The sexual blackmail fits with her.
Whatever.
Oh my God.
The majority of that we can't even take as credible or factual or anything. It's such a mess. And really, I think it's because the original case against him, what was it, back in 2008, when he was originally charged, was I don't think it was handled very well. And so at the end of the day,
Andrew or Epstein?
Epstein.
Yeah.
And so because that original case wasn't handled the greatest, I think that's kind of the effect of what you're seeing now, unfortunately.
Yeah, and just so we're precise and accurate, Prince Andrew was actually charged on suspicion of misconduct in public office, and it relates to the allegation that he shared.
Wait, is he about to show for Prince Andrew right now in the Epstein case?
Oh my God!
No, Hold on.
Oh my God. I really hope he has more dignity than that. Let's see.
No, I'm sorry. Somebody give me evidence against Prince Andrew. This is the same thing. I can't understand why people are so gung-ho on presumption of innocence and proof of your accusations in the case against Prince Andrew, but in the case against Tyler Robinson, but not in the case against Prince Andrew. Now the photos, the one with Virginia Giuffre, a photo with Virginia Giuffre and Ghislaine Maxwell. This is the jet set of New York. Excuse me, everybody's like, please, can we have a photo? So can I show so-and-so? I mean, the Virginia says that she had that photo and that got sent to her mother. That's why she didn't have the photo anymore. And it was sent to her mother. Mom, look, I know a prince. I mean, how many photos are there out there of Prince Andrew? Would you please, can I get a photo? In fact, a lot of these powerful people don't want their photo taken with people just because of that. Like, I don't know this person. She said we have a photo together. So I'm sorry, that is not proof of wrongdoing. The case lacks standing in cause. That the whole Me Too stuff in New York has many issues with it. And for example, the law that they passed in order to take away the statute of limitation was unconstitutional. And I told everybody this is going to come and bite them in the ass at the end of the day. And it is, and it has, and it will in the future when all of this is again challenged, when your pendulum swings back. So, and the whole thing of, so the stuff, the allegations coming up against Prince Andrew now, the spending so much money to go to World Economic Forum. How many times have I said, that's not on him. That's on the people who are organizing the World Economic Forum. I have been screaming bloody murder about that shit for 10 years. IMF, World Bank, spring and annual meetings, World Economic Forum, all of this shit. Nobody wants to listen to me. Shut up, stupid. Shut up, stupid. You're just a stupid housewife who's been offered up as a sacrificial lamb to DC labor markets. I'm a whistleblower, but nobody wants to take the whistle. So, the hypocrisy and all of that shit is horrific. And the new photo of Prince Andrew kneeling over some woman, both of them are clothed. I'm not sure what they're doing, but there's no indication of wrongdoing there. So everybody, and this is, once again, white trash, it's a class thing. This is, everybody hates the royals, but they aspire to replace them. And you give them enough money, offer them enough money, and they'll sell their souls, no problem. Whereas I still have hope. See, this is one of the advantages or the dangers of social mobility. People who are born into wealth, either they become totally, egotistical and narcissists if they have irresponsible parents, or they're not impressed with it. Because as I say, I've known lots of people with a lot of money, but I've never seen anybody who was happy because of that money. In fact, the opposite was usually true. And there is no correlation between how wealthy you are, how many billions you have, or you claim that you have. Because when anybody tells you about how much they're worth, ask them how much their debt is. So there's absolutely no correlation between how much material wealth you have, how smart you are, or how much class you have. You either have the right contacts or you're a good con artist. particularly in the past 40 years. That's all it means. And for everybody who sells their soul to these billionaires, oh, that's so easy to take away the wealth of somebody. It's just an accounting problem, as Dr. Richard Warner puts it. Yeah.
Secrets with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. So even he's not being directly charged with anything within the Epstein files regarding, any sort of PDF things or even prostitution or anything along those lines. Basically, what they're alleging is
he only said that he's not charged. He didn't really stick up for him. He's just putting emphasis on what he's actually being charged with. But let's see if we get an opinion out of him.
Well, yeah, thank you. But I'm sick and tired of everybody. This has been a witch hunt against Prince Andrew from day one. I remember when I was in boarding school in England, all the girls my age, Prince Andrew, the older girls, Prince Charles, and the younger girls, it was Prince Edward. Prince Andrew has had women throwing themselves at him his entire life, just like John, JFK's son, just like Bobby Kennedy. I mean, I remember Tara Palmieri was criticizing Bobby Kennedy because it was, Bobby Kennedy has had some issues, but give the guy a break. His father was assassinated when he was 14 years old. His mother had a complete breakdown, totally abused her children. Here's this 14-year-old kid, all of a sudden, his father's gone, his mother's abusing him. I mean, he lived out on the beach, and nobody in the family wanted to deal with any unpleasantness. So yeah, Bobby's had his problems. He was a drug addict. And, quite frankly, I'm like, you know what, with all of these people, either they turn you into a drug addict or a psychopath. So I have more confidence in the drug addicts who have, or alcoholics who have become sober than I do the psychopaths out there. Kerry Kennedy clan at the lead. His sister, his cousins, all of the ladies in the Kennedy family. Just as bad as all of the robber barons whose leads they have been following. So anyway, if you're going to go after Prince Andrew, I really would appreciate if you also, what about Crown Princess of Greece, Marie Chantal, Cornelia Guest, the Oxenberg sisters. I got a whole slew of people from Foxcroft and Cobham Hall that you really want to do, go after people responsible for all of the sugar babies being, how shall I say, empowered and brought into the picture by all of the pimping women, the Capote swans. I mean, what do you think all the debutante balls are about? What do you think the beauty pageants are about? I mean, please, the hypocrisy and all of this shit really pisses me off. So everybody, I know, oh, she's only defending Prince Andrew because, this way she's going to get on in the limelight. Yeah, I guess that would be a big coup if I saved the House of Windsor from self-destructing. Sure, it would be a good coup. But that's not my motivation. My motivation is because in the past 150 years, we've seen that monarchs who fall are replaced by dictators who are even worse. Be careful of the buena there's an expression in Spanish, el malo conocido es mejor que el bueno a conocer. The bad that you know is better the good that you're going to get to know. Meaning that That's a crapshoot. You might end up with something even worse than what you got. And that's usually what happens, because power corrupts and power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. History has been repeating itself for 250 years, ever since the Americans started with their revolution. It's shown time and time again.
That he gave a lot of insider information to Jeffrey Epstein, and that's what he's being accused of.
They literally have emails where Andrew would get certain classified information, because when the royal family is going to be moving from one location.
Okay, so again, he got certain classified information. I have this discussion all the time at the IMF with the secretaries and the managers and stuff. I mean, one of the jobs that I did was you had an intake box that anybody in the department could access. No restrictions there. Anybody could access it because they have to go in and pull, And then my job was to go through, and then depending on the subject, I would forward it to the different people in the different divisions. Yeah, classified documents here. And I was like, you guys, you're putting this classified. It's bullshit. It's not classified. And anybody can access this. I mean, this is like so ludicrous. It's not even funny. So of course, that problem has never been addressed. I mean, believe me, I brought up a lot of different administrative problems when I was at the IMF. You would think, come on, the IMF, they would be concerned about this stuff. World Bank, aren't they supposed to be creating stable economies and be interested in problems within the administration of your public organizations as much as the private, because it's the same issues. No. They didn't want anybody raining on anybody's parade. They didn't want anybody making them look bad. So, this whole stuff that he forwarded, there was it was reports on natural resources in Afghanistan after the war. I'm like, yeah, okay. So he sent it on to Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein is in that pipeline of the international development community. This is what Jeffrey Epstein was doing all the time on the phone. Virginia Giuffre was like, well, I don't know what he did. He didn't have an office or anything. All he did was sit on the phone all day long. And he got stressed out about it, real stressed out. Well, yeah, because he's making deals, brokering deals amongst the upper crust and with big bucks. And some of these deals are highly immoral, if not illegal. I think one of the main reasons that he made in, and he got his in with a lot of the people, was that he knew tax avoidance. He would inform them on how to save money and not pay taxes like everybody else. So, that's how he ingratiated himself. So, the fact, this whole stuff, what they're pulling out, go through it one by one, just like you've done in the Tyler Robinson case. That's what I did with Prince Andrew. And I keep on saying, just like with Tyler Robinson, you bring me some real evidence, and I'm more than willing. I'm not, I wouldn't protect Tyler Robinson or Prince Andrew or anybody else and try and cover up evidence of wrongdoing. But I keep on standing firm. You guys got to have, due process for everybody, rich, famous, poor. Because this becomes, the poor wanted to get rid of the rich so they can depose them and take their place. And this is exactly what's happening.
To another, there's obviously a lot of security around that, just like with our president and like their motions and where they're going and their travel plans and their schedules and all of that, right? And so basically Andrew would get a briefing on, hey, you're going to be here at this time, and he would immediately send an email to Epstein and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be here at this time, so like we can meet up or whatever, right? And he's giving classified information, which is dangerous to their security of their country, essentially is what they're saying.
Classified information. I'm going to the World Economic Forum. Yeah, no. Yeah, it doesn't fly.
And I've seen some of those emails. So it's really funny too how he would sign the email, because it's like what was it, A Knight of the Garter, something, like all of his title. And I'm like, yeah, because we don't know that that's you. Like, or his assistant would have her name on there and she's responding and we're like, we know that this is your assistant. Like, he just didn't do a very good job of covering that up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a second. All the time. I mean, my Lord, start signing up for a lot of this stuff. You can do. Sometimes you need a business email, some sort of business email. That's kind of easy to set up. But go in all of the nonprofits here and think tanks in DC. Just start Googling, sign up for all of this shit, and invite. We used to get this all the time. You're invited to this. The secretary responds to that. There's nothing unusual about that. That's totally normal. You probably would, Yeah, you're invited to the you received your invitation to the World Economic Forum. Duh, you're the head of trade representation for the UK. They even had him up on a podium before they brought him down. He spoke, I forget which one it was. It was one of them. It was at Davos or here. It might have been actually in Peru, the annual meetings. Maybe that's where it was. Just before they attacked the poor guy and brought him down. Because believe me, the feminist, the IMF, World Bank, and UN women, they're in league. They're in league with the Me Too bitches in the Democratic Party, which control New York and Washington, D.C., and Chicago, and L.A. See, again, due process.
What do you say? He doesn't even have anything to say. He's just like, yeah.
So far,
oh my gosh, I think Gary has a sexual blackmail. I don't know, like there's a sexual blackmail going on with this guy or something. It's really concerning, dude. It's really concerning. So yeah, but he went on with so many things, guys, and I was like, oh my God, this retard is keep walking himself in this dark hole that he will never get out of. And I just, keep going with his video for a second. We have to talk about this. It's so interesting. Just to bear with him forever.
The one I was just playing?
Yeah.
Share my screen.
No, not that one. Sorry, one about me. Yeah.
In place with the woke right. They're pushing this anti-Semitic tropes, trying to divide the right so that we lose the midterms. And any country, not just Russia, any of our adversaries, including those in Europe, UK, we're allies.
All about the election.
So I guess he tries to pretend that Tucker, Candace, and I, and by the way, I'm so honored to be in a mega list like this. I don't know why I deserve that, but thank you very much, Gary. So he tries to say that calling for pedophiles to be arrested and persecuted is division. He says that it's division. That's what an agent would tell you. That's what an Israeli agent would tell you, okay? So he calls that if you advocate for pedophiles to be imprisoned, for people who were related to Epstein to leave their post, like Lutnick, for example, you are a traitor. You are an agent. But he's not. He's not for letting these people run the country. He's a good guy. He's a military. How dare you? Don't offend the military. How dare you? And then he runs like a pussy. I mean, are you serious? And
okay, but the thing is all of the journalists have been covering up for the pedophiles and enabling and empowering them for decades. So this is where I have this big, my problem with all the hypocrisy that's going on. I and other victims of family courts have been telling journalists for decades and decades what's happening. All of this stuff that's coming out in the Epstein files. Nobody's been wanting to cover it. Now that they've got all of these leaked documents, they got to go through. They've got to figure out what's going on. I've already prepared all of that. Here, boom, 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 boom. Here's the case against this one, that one. And even if I only have one within that protection racket, it still gets the domino effect, and we clean up. We clean up Dodge City.
Above that, he tries to make it seem like he literally crossed out he and she, both the retired producer that she thinks is a producer. So he tried to say, I popped up out of nowhere after Charlie died. Guys, let's start. So this is 7 to 6 years old interview with can I share something?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is me interviewing FBI, former FBI, one of the highest ranking, very famous, awesome dude, Chris Voss, somewhere around 7 years ago in Los Angeles, California.
The one that you put up where you're wearing the white?
Yes, that's the one. Let me, how do I, oh, there we go.
You and the other side are faced with different aspects of the same problem. If you beat them, they're not going to implement it. And that's where you're going to get hurt.
What a cool.
And then also, most people think you're only negotiating when you're talking about money. The commodity that's always at stake in every negotiation is time. We negotiated for this time.
So I just wanted to show all of this stuff. So this is a former FBI guy. We sat down in Los Angeles when I had my own other show, D2K, that I controlled, I produced, I did everything. So, but according to Gary, I didn't exist. I just showed up out of nowhere. All this hard work for years doesn't mean anything. This is how dumb they are. They couldn't even find the shows 7 to 6 years ago, guys. And they won't find evidence. They couldn't find evidence what college I finished. They couldn't find evidence what videos I have. Like, what can you find? Everyone, my 5-year-old nephew, dude, can go on YouTube and research a YouTube platform and LinkedIn. If that's what and you call yourself an investigator, debunker of Candace Owens, you call yourself somebody reliable in Charlie Kirk's investigation. Have you ever showed up in court? Well, some of us have. Do you even know what's going on? No, of course you don't. But that's all they do, guys. They just talk, right?
No, they know everything. They read the charging documents.
There you go. That they know everything. So next one.
Didn't even get that right.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
So apparently, guys, according again to just to like really bury him here, according to Small Testicles, I was unknown completely, and no one knew who I was before Charlie died. Here's me 5 years ago with a sitting congressman conducting an interview in Iran. Please play second clip.
You got it.
Oh, you have to like go through like a little bit of intro. Sorry about that. Just like rewind to the Jen Crenshaw part. You have to go through a little bit of intro here.
I don't see where. Thanks.
Yo.
Oh, here.
Didn't
Here.
know in politics, but ended up in politics, and that happened in a kind of a funny way. I mean, I just finished my master's program. I was looking to get into policy, looking at policy jobs, whatever.
So this is me and Dan in his own place, by the way, conducting an interview about him coming to politics, what he thinks on Iran. All of these interviews are available years ago, guys. Years. As you can see, I look much prettier because I'm like 6 years younger. So man, I was hot.
You're still pretty. You still look good.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
So guys, and
it made you look like this is what you look like in that picture that you showed.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is years ago, guys, like I want to say 5 to 6 years ago. And this is like my work, all of it, right? Sitting down with the congressman. Before that, I've had actors. We'll go through the list, but please.
Isn't this the pirate?
What was it?
This is
the pirate. The pirate. Yeah. He unfortunately, well, actually, fortunately.
Things happen. I'm not making fun. I'm just wondering if that's the same guy, right?
I believe that, listen, I have a lot to say about Dan Crenshaw, okay? There was hot and cold relationship with Dan Crenshaw. I think Dan completely lost his way when he called for Tucker's, like he said, I'm going to kill him and stuff like that.
Elizabeth.
Oh, thank you guys. You're so cute. Thank you. So in the third one, guys, let's give military guy what he deserves. So apparently I was so unknown and nobody, maybe ask Paramount Testicles, how come one of the most famous SEALs sat down with a nobody in the Russian puppet? Please play.
I think if you kind of get a surface look at it, you probably figure, this guy's trying to act tough, but I actually don't try to act tough at all. I'm just myself. So I'm a 50-year-old man. I'm married with 4 kids.
But I'm going to be old.
What am I going to be? Ugly? Dumb? Sure. I could be all those things.
Respect to Jocko. We don't have to listen to a whole clip, but yeah, we went to everything. I mean, I'm doing all these big shot interviews 7 years ago, guys. 7 years ago. And some people would say Jocko has bigger audience than many of the people that he named, So I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's massive. He's worldwide.
Oh, he's worldwide. Jocko has fans in freaking China. Jocko has friends in France, Germany, everywhere. And this was years ago. But
somebody said Jocko doesn't just talk to anyone.
Exactly. I agree. So, and
I don't know where she's been for years. I've been out there for 20 years. Now, granted, I've been looking for mainstream media. I mean, I've got LinkedIn. I don't know how many I've got on LinkedIn. They got to be at least 12, 13,000. I've got about 800 journalists on LinkedIn. I forget. I don't know if she's on LinkedIn or not. But, I'm constantly sending emails. I've never come across it.
Paramount Testicles somehow missed all of this, guys. Somehow missed all of this.
Yeah, I mean, we've been around for a while.
In all fairness, I think.
Be right back. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. I was just gonna say, in all fairness, I think you should go easy on him for the things that he missed on you, because I mean, just look at all the things.
In fact, about 15 years ago, I got really raked over the coals on LinkedIn for a lot of stuff that I was posting. This is not appropriate for here. You should take this over to Facebook. I said, no, it is appropriate for here. I'm staying here. Oh, and I got
things that he missed with the Charlie Kirk case and the Tyler Robinson case.
Oh my God.
He missed so much.
Crazy.
So how could you even be surprised that he missed so many things about you?
Absolutely, because they don't know how to do research, and then they go after people who actually do. And you know what? Gary said something. Let's see if he has balls enough to do this. Gary said in his video that
if the CEO of LinkedIn was so concerned about what's going on in this country, why haven't his algorithms given me preferential treatment instead of You know, the same treatment I've gotten from all of the other social media platforms. I'm not dispersing the politically correct narrative, so I'm not going to be promoted.
Will apologize for every mistake he makes. If he stumbles, he gets something wrong. Hey, Gary, apologize, bitch. That's all I have to say.
He's gotten a lot of things wrong.
Everything, pretty much what he said was wrong.
But I just think that it's very ironic that he covers Candace like every day. It's like he's her biggest fan.
Obsessed.
And like he never, whenever he's talking about her and talking about her show, he never brings up like the facts. He never brings up the evidence that she actually brings to the table. Actually, you know what? Were you watching earlier before you came on?
It's a perfect case study in how witch hunts are conducted. He never addresses any of the issues. It's just personal attacks on Candace, and now here on this Elizabeth Lane.
Or no?
I was not. I was actually walking my dog, and Danks asked me, "Hey, come on and like talk about this Paramount guy talking about you." I'm like, "Sure, I'll even come with the receipts."
I told Danks too.
Yeah, you said it.
I know you. You know, we both talk to Danks a lot, pretty frequently, and I said to him when we were getting ready for the show, I just came across the Paramount Tactical thing. I'm like, yo, like he's really going in on your girl. Like you wanna talk about this tonight? And he was like hesitant. I think he wanted to talk to you first or whatever. I'm like, listen, all I'm saying is if that was my friend, I would, and he's like, all right, like you want to do it. I'm like, call her, like let her know if she wants to come on and speak up for herself too. Because it just seemed it seemed personal. It was personal. Like what he was doing with you, it seemed personal. And his history of seeing, the way he is with Candace and everything, it's just like I don't understand it. It like that seems manufactured. That seems like an
Totally. And the reason he was so personal with me is because I called him out, should I say on his manhood, and he failed. And for a military guy, that's a disaster. Like to call him out, hey, sit down with me, and call him a C word, which I did because he deserved.
She's given, I've been posting all sorts of stuff about the Charlie Kirk assassination and defending Candace. I mean, even though I have some criticism of Candace and I want, like, why are you been ignoring me about the feminist stuff all of these years? I've been super vocal on defending Candace and the attacks that Gary Melton has been making, but nobody wants to platform me. They don't want to share their limelight with me. So whatever. As I say, I've been doing this for too long with too many different groups. I know the dynamics.
It. Like, I think they just put him in this crazy cycle. Like, he just made so many mistakes. Like, he blubbered propaganda. He literally picked up the propagandist outlet that he quoted that went after Trump, the guy he supports.
Well, so he seems to be a misinformation agent. I'm sure that he was very well aware of what he was doing.
Maybe. Maybe.
You mind if I play you one of my clips? For those of you that I played, that's why I was asking if you were watching the beginning. And for those of you that already saw this, it's going to be very brief. But I want, I want to make sure that Paramount Not So Tactical sees this too, because I'm really curious to see what he would have to say about it. Because he's always got so much to say, especially about Candace and now about you. That hold on, let me get this up. This was actually from a video that I posted. Mm-hmm. Oh, why'd that happen?
Yeah, Danks is here. I think wanted to.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Wait, why did that happen though?
You're muted.
I've been down here for like 5 minutes waiting for you guys.
Thanks. Why did that just happen? Hold on, let me figure out what's going on here.
What is it?
It was just something weird. I was trying to share something and then it had like an echo trail.
Elizabeth bugged your computer. You're done, man.
Yeah.
You might be right. Well, let's see.
You guys are bugged.
All right, there we go. I'm going to play the same clip that we played earlier. Mm-hmm. Forgive me for those of you that saw this earlier.
No, we're not doing this.
Oh, yes, we are.
I don't need it here.
Yes, you did.
Just I don't drink. I find it unproductive.
Yes, you do.
There's nothing to hide.
We'll see about that.
Please dig.
Oh, don't worry. I brought my shovel.
Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities.
Erica saying that she had Charlie's phone.
And I had his cell phone.
And that Charlie never texted anybody the night before.
But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered. They're coming after me. Someone's going to kill me.
He thought that they were going to kill him.
He didn't say that.
Did, in fact, text multiple people the night before. I said Andrew Colbert told me specifically that he was one of the people that received this text message. Got that directly from Andrew Colbert.
I want to remind you guys that Candace Owens said this the day after meeting Erica Kirk with over 330,000 people watching her live.
And then somebody who had access to Dan Flood's communications said that Dan Flood similarly received a text message. They owned that right away and explained, Erica said that she has Charlie's phone. She's looking at his iMessages. And it turns out that he, like everybody else, communicates on Signal. He communicates on Telegram. And that when she heard me say that, they then went and looked. And yes, that what I said was true.
Now, Erica Kirk has never debunked that statement by Candace Owens, which means one of two things. Either one, it's true and she's a complete idiot and didn't check everything, which doesn't make sense to me because why wouldn't the FBI have checked the phone? Or two, she's just lying and was covering her ass. Now, if Erica Kirk really wanted to sue Candace Owens for defamation, that right there is a layup. But she's not because she can't because Candace told the truth.
Andrew Colbert.
Yeah, man. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, sorry about that.
Received a message the night before, and Dan Flood received a message the night before.
No rock will be unturned.
Yeah, because of Candace and countless other content creators and investigative journalists that have been trying to actually do the work and actually get to the bottom of this.
What, the conspiracy collection?
Call us what you want, but we're way more credible than you, anyone at your company. I mean, you get the idea. The reason I wanted to show that
This is great. This is great.
Oh, thank you. But I just find it fascinating because, all these months later, like that was back in December with that whole cell phone situation. And
everything that they've said turns out to be the opposite. Everything that she said in the beginning, I mean, maybe not everything, but it seems like everything. All the things from
she presented a lot of theories that they accused her of just making up because anti-Israel or this or that, or she's out to get Erica. But then the receipts come out, we find out that she's right, and then they never speak up. Then they just go back to Egyptian planes, which even the Egyptian planes, Tucker Carlson, I think when he was on Theo Von, or it was one interview, I don't remember if it was that one, but he said that he knows somebody on the inside that he could confirm that that's true, that there actually was Egyptian planes following Erica Kirk around for years. And he said that it was
I don't think he's misquoting. I don't think Tucker Carlson said he knew someone on the inside and therefore could confirm. He said, I can confirm the stuff about the Egyptian planes because that was data that Blake Bedsnar was following, Baron Coleman was following. This was not some inside knowledge. See, everybody loves to, I got inside scoop. I know these people, inside. I'm like, y'all keep on admitting that we got some serious problems within our government agencies and corporations as well of pissed off people who are leaking everything. And see, this is why the journalists, they have their inside scoops, and this is for a long time, for decades. That's their bread and butter. That's how they, how shall I say, keep on top of it. But none of them seem to realize how in the process, everybody, I got to get more inside contacts than my competition. And in the process, they're contributing to the demise of the integrity of these organizations rather than doing something to make sure that these organizations are above board. No, they just want to get dirt on people in there.
Very bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, when we looked at the flight data, Baron also pulled up flights, and we were looking at this Discord and all this stuff, and you can see if you look at.
Because they're raising awareness. So I told my sister, it doesn't matter if the people don't care. They don't give a shit. People who watch the podcasters, this is entertainment. They're not going to actually do anything. They're sitting in their country clubs with the newest cocktail going, oh, Lord. My sister and brother, oh, yeah, this country's gone to shit. I'm like, yeah, under your watch.
The flight radar and the history, and you have access. You can see that there were obviously planes going in the same places that she was at, and also Charlie.
But
and believe me, I know a lot of foreigners in the United States, expats, immigrants, all over the world, who are responsible. They all have canceled me. Like, y'all, you can cancel me, but it doesn't change the situation. I keep on warning you. Well, all of you with dual nationalities, I keep on warning you how this is going to end up, and you're going to be just as stateless and rightless as I've been for the past 20 years. Because I've been offered up as a sacrificial lamb to atone for your sins. The thing is I'm like, guys, what happens when the sacrificial lamb is not willing to go to the sacrifice? I'm going to fight back. And she's a lamb in she's a wolf in sheep's clothing, in lamb's clothing. Yeah, a lioness.
Possible that you
but anyways, it's not just about that. What's good about that video you made?
Alan Dershowitz' first wife, that's how he got rid of her. I'm not like everybody, Alan Dershowitz with Virginia Giuffre. I'm like, excuse me? Nobody had any problem about what he did to his first wife and got her to commit suicide. What about Mary Richardson Kennedy? I actually think it's Carrie Kennedy who sent Mary over the edge rather than Bobby. according to Sheriff Denise, Carrie went to see Mary 2 days before she committed suicide. They were best friends in prep school and in college and even afterwards. I mean, that would have been a real Mary in that situation. It was Mary who was abusive. She had some real deep rooted psychological problems. Part of it was her mother, oh, hang out with Carrie Kennedy and maybe you'll snag a Kennedy in the process. That was what she did. I mean, she was just like Ethel, like she was more Kennedy than the Kennedys. That was her identity. She snagged herself a Kennedy, then she mistreated him and she lost it. And, she had no identity apart from Mrs. Kennedy. And I mean, it's very sad. She was a neurotic idiot. Well, maybe not quite so stupid, but definitely neurotic. Maybe even psychotic. But very sad for everyone, particularly her 4 children.
That it shows that when you look at someone like Paramount Tactical, instead of trying to find the truth, or like criticize the situation that we have in front of us, you've got to manufacture.
Yeah, I note that Carrie Kennedy is getting her best friend to commit suicide while she's the head of a human rights nonprofit. See the type of people who run these nonprofits? They're real psychopaths.
Some type of fear mongering about some creator, content creator, interviewer, podcaster, someone who's been doing this longer than he has. You know what I mean? It's just like, to me, it's just manufactured distraction because they don't want us looking for the truth. You know what I mean?
But that's my point. He's ignoring the facts. He's ignoring the receipts, and instead he's spending his time making fake AI generated thumbnails to slander women.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to take him serious.
Yeah. That's exactly what he's doing. And this is why so many, I send you screenshots, thanks, of SEALs and Green Berets literally trashing him. One of them literally said, do you want me to go and beat him up? Like, do you read that text? Please do. But just so that people know, go and check all of the profiles are there, who they are. This is how much they don't like the guy, because they know that this is an abuser, little prick, that all he can do is put some lies out there, run away from an actual debate. Again, Gary, we are all waiting. We are all waiting, Gary. Come debate us.
Well, then I'd like some of the Green Berets to start calling him out. Nobody's really calling him out.
Anytime. I just literally debunked everything.
Can I read some of the super chats? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he
literally debunked everything he said, literally, and we can go forever.
What do you say? Okay, so them saying about the books, like debunk some of the things they're saying. So they're talking about books.
First,
they can't find.
my degree is right here, specifically printed out. I just showed you guys with a stamp signature that I finished law degree. That's one. Second, the books were specifically for my subscribers, and that's why my Instagram says so. And they mocked it as if like that's funny. Like, you never had a Patreon, you never had a subscriber. Like, are you stupid?
Behind a paywall.
So, yeah, exactly. And by the way, my money was wasted on those books, self-published, self-printed, everything. No one actually funded me like Gary is being funded, for example, allegedly from Israel, but I'm pretty sure he probably is. So then 7 years of my journalistic career sitting down with this.
Yeah, the publishing, I mean, I've demonstrated that in looking for publishers. I'm on a topic that there are very, very few women who have written about the aggression and competition between women and the viciousness that's going on there. So it's a real taboo subject. But you think I'd find somebody with all the salacious stuff that they come out with and all the propaganda. You think I'd find a publisher, but no.
People talking, completely erased as if it doesn't belong, if that doesn't exist. We just showed you evidence from 7 years ago onward, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. I've got another one, which we should probably get to. I just put it in the chat. So literally everything he said, step by step, can be debunked. And the guy was so upset and so angry that someone called him out on his manhood that he wanted to get on air. Get this. So he called me an unimportant somebody, whatever. You're not even that important. He starts his episodes. Your views are not so high. His views are much lower than mine. And he's following on X is much lower than mine. Check his YouTube channel, like views, and then check mine. Numbers don't lie, bro. So, and I literally have been in this game over 10 years. Who the heck is Gary? When did he come again? Like, when did he start his investigation? When did he got big again? Oh, I wonder. Answer those questions, Gary. So
yeah, I never heard of Gary before this started either. None of these people. I mean, Candace, I had heard of because when the whole Black Lives Matter stuff. But I mean, the Christian right, not exactly my mother and the McCains, they had already established where the the Christian right women were in this country. So that's why I've been concentrating. I mean, it was also because I knew what psychopaths were control that Christian right, that I was always a liberal. But I found the liberals are just as bad.
Yeah, and above that, he said something else. Hold on. He said, it escapes me now. He said something. So
it's not about ideology. It's about power and control and money and fame and fortune.
Anyway, I'm unimportant, but I'm important enough for him to get on an hour and something podcast, emergency podcast. He says, we were not planning to do this, but because of Elizabeth, we're going to do this. So I'm sorry, my dog is barking. So I'm so important for Gary that he makes a podcast happen for an hour and something when he never planned, and his entire feed is devoted to me and Candace. I mean, what else can I get?
Just take it as a compliment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think he even titled it that, like asking if you're Candace's new competition.
He did?
Yeah, he's trying to pull a little divide and conquer, I guess.
Oh my gosh, I got to send this to Candace. I'm so honored, guys. I'm so honored. You have no idea. But one more thing. He called a hero of this country a Russian agent, guys. John Kiriak, first of all, please play the video how he...
I'm a huge fan of John Kiriak.
Yeah, he can't pronounce his last name. Like, please play this.
I can't wait to find out. I mean, I know when I first started in this 20 years ago, I was told that I was a mole for the fathers' rights groups. I was with protective mothers and all of the women in the family court reform. And that was because I had dared to talk to the men, the fathers' rights groups. And luckily I came across the demonstrators for the fathers' rights group instead of the pedophile rights groups. Because I was told, oh yeah, that exists. I was like, you gotta be there. That's 2009. Where were all of these people in 2009? What have they done since 2009? What I've done is posted on War on Domestic Terrorism, Taking Back America for the People on YouTube. That's what I've been doing. You can see all of the research, all the books that I've read, all my independent research. I mean, okay, I don't have diplomas, but, you know, I went to some of the best schools in the world and used to blow away the teachers and the students. And, like, you know, my mom was like, your teachers say you can have a straight A if you just put in a little effort. I'm like, yeah, we make it interesting. I'll blow your socks away. Well, it's definitely been interesting, I'll give you that. But I'm tired. Chew and spit anybody with PhDs out, plus show the journalists their hypocrisy, their double standards, and their party politicking, and how they've been covering up for everybody in the Epstein files for the past 20 years because they are too dedicated to their careers. I'll send, you know, Elizabeth Lane, I'll be happy to send her an email. I'd love to know what are they saying about me behind my back. I've done this many, many, many times. My mother taught me how this thing works. Oh Lord. You know, with my siblings, we'd have a conference. Okay, so what'd Mom say this time? Okay, we compare notes. See, this is why my mother was so important to break us up, because we'd compare notes and then we'd figure out the facts. See, I've been doing this since I was a child. These people ain't got nothing on me.
This is how stupid he is. At least, dude, at least get it right. Get it right when you're going to call a hero of this country that has done way more than you have ever dreamed of or you have done. At least get his freaking name right.
Brenner really fucked him.
Yeah. Brenner was an idiot and a criminal.
Where'd you send the clip?
Oh, just Gary's clip when he keeps saying...
Oh, the one that I have?
Yeah, like when he keeps calling something else to Kiriakou. He doesn't even know how to pronounce his name, but he tries really hard.
On the same video that I was playing? This one?
The one that he did about...
Yeah, this one, right?
Yeah, just go to John Kiriakou part.
Where would that be? All the way? Or
yeah, like middle. Try middle. He talked a lot. We'll find it.
Was he showing John or something?
No. Oh, it was way before that. Way before the guest. Like maybe somewhere that... No, after there.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, let's try that.
This is where he was
He's
at.
skeptical of our own government. Why we should always hold him accountable.
There's before.
The moment that we should always... All right?
Is he like right here? Let me see.
And they're going to be able to analyze, and they already are. And you can, like, the defense isn't saying any of this. The defense isn't saying that you got the wrong guy. The defense isn't, they're not even trying to argue that.
No,
they're not saying, you know what,
anyway.
hey, we want these.
Yeah, we don't have to bother with him. He called John Kiriakou the hero of this country. Let me tell people what John did, guys. John exposed the torture program. So I guess Gary is for torture. I guess Gary likes when people are electrocuted on their testicles because he has no testicles, and he likes when other people go through it because that's the only explanation. Because what John Kiriakou did is he exposed that we tortured prisoners who were not charged of any crime. We just picked them up, we tortured them, and this is the guy who Gary calls a traitor, by the way. So I guess Gary wants torture. Gary wants killing. Gary's pro-Israel.
Elizabeth, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think it's pretty obvious that Gary likes torture when he's doing live streams with Lisa Knows Best.
Yes, absolutely. So
yeah, John Kiriakou is great. I like him. You know what I mean? He's
absolutely
got a good story. He's told. He's been open about his whole story for at least unless he himself.
I've been
on
watching him. I think I introduced him like 5 years ago. It was like the first time, 5-6 years ago, maybe. First time I saw him on a video.
Yeah, and he's a wonderful human, and it's just funny to me that these guys are so twisted in head. A hero person who told people that, hey, we should not be torturing people. We should actually at least be documenting some kind of crime.
Yeah. Kiriakou is a traitor because he refused to torture people. See who the crazy person here is?
We pick them up. I wonder if Gary will like if someone just gets her wife out of nowhere in a foreign country and start torturing her. I wonder what Gary would do. You know what? Maybe Gary should have asked that to McCain. Remember McCain was tortured and he was absolutely anti-torture? Gary, what would you say to your fellow military people who sometimes are arrested, sometimes are taken hostage? Would you like for them to be tortured?
Remember when Trump said real heroes don't get captured when he was going back and forth with McCain?
Oh, yeah. And it's like absolute crazy shit, right? And Gary promotes torture by condemning John Kiriakou, who says we are better than this. So this is who Gary is. So he's a pathetic C-word. This is why I called him so. And anyone who
Elizabeth, don't hold back now. You've been saying every other word of the book.
Cunt. He's a freaking cunt. That's what he is. Gary, you're a freaking cunt. And
say fuck you to say he's a fucking cunt. Fuck you, Gary. You fucking cunt.
Oh my god. It's such a beautiful word when it's addressed to a right person, right? It has to. Like, here's the thing. I don't use these words lightly. I use them against people who deserve it. And he wants respect, guys. He wants respect after saying that people should torture other people, and after like literally trashing a guy who went to prison so that Gary and people like him are protected and know the truth.
I have to admit, anybody who advocates for torture is a spineless, I'm not going to use the P word, but yeah, I agree with her. I find it very gross.
Truth. That's how big of a cunt this guy is. So there you go. There you go. That's my answer to him. There's way more, but thanks. We have to go through like detail and destroy this guy. So, oh yeah, there will be another show absolutely devoted to this cunt, and we'll go like detail in detail because I want to play so many things, guys. You have no idea. Like someone has to bury this guy. Let me tell you where he made a mistake. Okay, so you know how like in the war, there's always, even in the SEAL teams. By the way, one thing I have to say,
I don't know when you say in the war, I think about the 1950s and shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought I wanted to smoke.
She's about to smoke.
Elizabeth's like the whole hookah.
I just have so much passion for destroying these cockroaches. You have no idea. This is why I get up in the morning. Like this is why I get up in the morning. Like I always ask myself.
Maybe I found an ally with Elizabeth Lane because I remember one guy. He was a spouse of the IMF. This is the IMF Family Association, so most of them are wives, but this is the guy. And he would come in, and I'd keep the office open because I'd work at the computer, and in the evening, there was no heat in where I was living at the time. So, yeah, I'd stay there as long as I could. But, so anyway, he'd come in, and I'm just starting all of my research and all of this stuff. This is 2009, 10, 11. And like, I can't believe this, and going off and stuff. He was like, my God, it sounds like you're going to war. I said, oh yeah, this war. I told him, you fuck with my kids and I'll fuck with you. And I mean, you gotta get up pretty early in the morning to pull something over on me. I don't pick a fight with anybody, but anybody who picks a fight with me or somebody I care about, you wake up a sleeping giant. I can promise you. Promise.
My mom always asks me, why do you have to be that? Why? Like, you have all the brains and background to build your own business and walk away from this? I'm like, why, Mom? Like, who else is going to do it? Like, who else is going to do it? You know, obviously we have cunts like Gary. He's not going to do it. So someone has to. And here's what I have to say. Okay. So with Gary and he
maybe I've been an ally.
wanted to put in the show, guys, so we're not going to play him, but whoever's interested, you can watch. He goes like, by the way, we connected to all military members that Elizabeth could possibly know, and they all said, we stand by you, Gary. Did you see my text? Thanks. Did you see my text? The ones I sent? Does that seem like they stand by him?
No.
Yeah, seems like not. And there's way more that where that came from, and we are going to discuss every single one of them in our next episode. But Gary, you're a clown, buddy. You look like one, you talk like one, and you act like one. You're a clown.
This is what's great when you have Elizabeth. You can just let her go. She'll just like just.
I was not expecting this tonight.
Me neither. She called me twice. I was on the live stream, and I got busy after cleaning. Was with the family, and then I called her right before the show, and she was like, like you this motherfucker. And I was like, all right,
we're gonna bury this motherfucker. Yeah, and one thing that I wanted to say, guys, about the war. So where Gary made a mistake, and it's kind of unforgivable coming from a military guy, as he wants to be called. He really hides behind this military image, right? This Green Beret image. And here's what happens. Candace and Tucker doesn't give a rat's ass about Gary, okay? Especially Tucker. Like, if I ask Tucker who some Paramount testicle is, he'll be like, what? Like, and then you have to explain. So they don't. But when you go after somebody who's not as big as Tucker and Candace and is fighting to be one day, that girl is full of fight, bro. Like, that's your mistake, cunt. Like, he thought I would just ignore him, and he thought he had something crazy, and I would just ignore him and move on. And what he didn't anticipate is me literally trolling him all the way with the truth. Like, every single time he posted something, I answered. Every single time he did again, I answered. And that's just the beginning. And now we know that you lied about my credentials. Where's the law degree, Elizabeth? Well, here's printed for you specifically, cunt. And, oh, where are your interviews? Where are your interviews? Huh?
This is what I'm talking about. Abner alert. Abner alert. This goes back to the Bewitched. I remember Bewitched. Gladys Kravitz. I was going, Abner, Abner. Making his life impossible.
Elizabeth, you just popped up after Charlie died. You were at Team Panogas? Yeah, fucko, I live in Utah.
They all say the same thing. Oh, they popped up only when after Charlie died.
All of it. And you know what?
A lot of people did.
Yeah, and you know what's amazing? They have no problem with Nick Shirley.
But you've been around. The funny part about you is you've been around.
Yeah.
You've been around longer than all of us.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, guys, Nick Shirley never makes the list somehow. No one cares about Nick Shirley. If that guy all of a sudden shakes hands with presidents and, you know, is in the White House invited with his hoodie and infiltrates gangs and stuff, no.
Okay, no, but I'm sorry. I vindicated Nick Shirley on the Brazil. I watched that one. I have to say, and I mean, I lived in Bogota. I've been to Port-au-Prince, you know, so like I've been, and I mean, my husband was a banker. I had a bulletproof car and a bodyguard. So, you know, I mean, definitely I wouldn't have ever done what Nick Shirley did, but just for a woman. But I have to say, I defend Nick Shirley. Sorry. Go on the videos. I watched that, and I have to say he was legit on that one. Criticize him on other stuff, but he was legit on Brazil.
No one says anything about Nick Shirley. He can pop up out of nowhere and all of a sudden end up in Cuba, like convincing us that we need to invade Cuba. Like, that can happen. But Elizabeth Lane, who's been working her ass off for years.
Oh, but there's Nick Shirley. I think I saw one of his of Cuba. It wasn't too bad. But there's one, oh God, what is his name? Horrible. Propaganda. Shoot, I wish I could remember his name. Propaganda. The worst. And I mean, I love Cuba. Oh God, so that really pissed me off.
Oh no, she's a Russian propagandist. She was a Russian propagandist during Biden because she sided with Trump, and Trump was a Russian propagandist. Then she was a good girl. She was like Trump supporter. Hey, we are good. Elizabeth is great. And then she became a Russian propagandist again. And I dare you to present the proof, fuckers. That's all.
The chat's laughing their ass off. They're loving this.
Good. Do you guys have any questions?
No, we should read some super chats, man.
Thanks for trying to read these super chats for an hour.
Nobody got their super chat right from the beginning. We got to get Baze up to his game.
Yes, let's do
it. Just go through them.
All right. Katie Kingston became a member. Thank you very much. We got Tanya, $5. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Show your support. Tammy Hill, $2. Thank you very much. Blake Neff sent me LOL. Then you got Keats gifting 5 Danks memberships.
Thanks, Keats.
Keats gifting 1 Real Baze membership. Thank you very much. Christy Hughes gifting a Danks membership.
Saturdays, we have members only live streams in the morning. So we had ours today. 3.5 hours of great time. Baze was there today too, actually.
Yep, I showed up. Christy Hughes, $5. Hey, Danks Baze, Elizabeth. Of course, the best mods on earth. End of month crumbs. Sorry, LOL. We got Vet L, $89, $2. Thank you very much. Men being called pussies by a woman is so funny.
You know, do you want me, I got to tell you something. You know why I didn't call him a dick? There's a whole thing behind it, guys. See, a dick is a member of manhood. Like, it represents manhood, like masculinity, and he's just not that. He's a pussy. And pussy is a good version, so I had to find something different, and I came up with cunt. Because pussy is, like, generous, right? You can't call this guy a dick, you can call him a pussy.
I mean, people like pussy, you know?
He's a cunt.
You should have just called him a chode.
What's that?
Thanks, Tell
me that.
I don't know what that is either.
I'm not going to explain what a chode is.
We getting clipped for sure. Tanya, $5. Dig in your wallets. Let's support Danks.
Yes.
No wonder you've been trying to read these for an hour.
That's so funny. No, thank you for that. For the love of digging your wallets.
Jack's
dig in your crypto wallets, your Bitcoin wallets.
Gary is a Fed who sold his integrity for shekels.
For sure.
Oh. Jacqueline Cano became a YouTube member. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
I'm losing track where I am. Damon Boyser became a member. Philip, I can't pronounce that.
Philippe, what's up, Philippe?
Philippe, good morning. Kandahar Giant Gary Meltdown. $5. Pretty sure I will never be able to refer to Elizabeth Lane by any other term than Spicy Lane.
Whoa.
Moving forward. Wahaha. Go Max.
Go Max.
I think we read this one before.
Yeah,
this is the one where he's telling you $10. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tanya, $2. Good night, Danksters. Like the video.
Nice.
Diva became
Welcome,
a member.
Diva.
And then we have Melissa Rudder, $10. Thank you very much. Valhalla was pretty chummy with Scary Gary there for a bit and was hoodwinked on his lies about Candace Owens. Did he ever apologize to her? So many of my faves like him. I'm still undecided on him. Undecided on Valhalla?
Valhalla's OG.
Valhalla's a real one. Yeah.
I like him. I don't know.
So I
know
don't watch Valhalla that much, but I thought Gary and Valhalla were like tight. No?
I can't speak on Valhalla's relationships. I mean, Valhalla was also a Green Beret, so I'm sure there's some level of respect there because they both served.
There should be none. That's the thing. Like SEALs who... No, I'll tell
I don't know if he is or
why.
not.
I will tell you why. When SEALs see
I don't
another
think he
SEAL,
is.
like when the Navy SEALs see another SEAL who fucks up majorly, betrays his country, supports Israel, like he's almost more persona non grata than anyone else because you expect more for them. So I don't respect people like that at all.
But that's I can understand that, but I can see both sides. Again, I don't know what Nate's position is on him, so I'm not trying to.
I don't know him.
I'm not trying to speak for him or
Yeah.
anything, but like I do know a lot of people that have been in the military, and there is a level of respect there,
Yeah.
like when they serve. And like I said, I don't know if it's any more than that. I know a lot of people because I've heard it a lot over the last couple years.
The problem is their allegiance is to the military and not to the U.S. Constitution. And this is precisely the problem that we have with the military. So, I don't, any group, whether it be you're part of the ruling class, the socialites, the people in control in commerce or politics, you're this is where you decide, where your loyalties lie. And you can't excuse your loyalty to your group has to come below your loyalty to your country and your family. I'm sorry.
A lot. He's talked some. I don't know if Valhalla is a big fan of Gary. To be honest with you, I've heard him say some.
Oh my gosh, that's very
interesting
sad. That's very
He's
sad.
He's not a big fan. I don't think he's fans of.
Oh, I thought you said he's a big fan of.
No, I don't think
okay.
he is. I'm not going to speak for him,
I
but
was
I'm
like,
sure
what?
he's not.
Yeah.
I've heard him talk.
Good. That's good. I mean,
see the things that he's messed up on.
Yeah, but he's trashed Mitch Snow unfairly.
Not on it. Just
Yeah.
say that.
But I will say this, as far as like current events and what's going on, Nate, he drops videos almost every day and he rarely misses. He's
He does good
usually
work.
very, very spot on, especially in regards to the war, the geopolitical stuff.
Yeah,
he's one of my go-tos for
Amazing.
information.
I should have him over.
He's
Like,
very good.
I don't watch.
I have to admit, the war stuff, I agree with a lot of the stuff about the Charlie Kirk assassination. I agree with him, but yeah, his attack on Mitch Snow, unfair.
We should have him on the show. He
Is
does
he
good work.
politics? Like, is he all
Yeah,
geopolitics? Oh
yeah.
my
He's
God.
a lot of. Well, he's a Green Beret and tactical and geopolitical commentary, American politics.
Awesome. I should have him over.
He's great.
No, he's great, and he's a genuine guy too.
Yeah.
Anne Marie, $10. Thank you very much. I love your personality, Elizabeth.
Thank
Tonight's
you.
conversation made me adore you more.
you so
See, people
Hey.
respect the real. I know some people get turned off by the foul language because I hear it all the time. Like I've calmed down a lot over the last couple months, but there was a time where I was like letting it loose every day.
But it's
And it
also time and place, right? Like where you have to do it and where you don't do it. And I believe that when you're talking about a person like Gary who needs AI to attack women and then go after and call them names and completely like erase their entire career and detect them and call them agents, like that guy's a cunt, period. Like you can't name anything, you can say anything else, And it's funny because we're talking about military. Military is more, dirty than anybody. So it just fits the night tonight. But I agree with you. Time and place for everything.
I'm glad I caught you on the right night.
It's actually turned out pretty fun.
We got Jax Loves Rich. Again, $10. Thank you very much. I love Elizabeth's fire. If people have issues with Elizabeth's vocabulary, remember, Erica Kirk once called a 15-year-old girl a twat
waffle. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness.
She was, she did in that text, huh? That 15-year-old.
Wow.
I'm sure she wasn't grooming her, though. Rebel Wall. No, sorry.
Rebel Wall.
Rebel Wall.
Rebel Wall. $2. Get him, Elizabeth. Go, Max.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Steve Dixon, $3. Thank you very much. All Liz needs is a Kirk.
So, that's my take on these ladies. The stars, all the wannabe stars. Who knows? Maybe Elizabeth Lane. I mean, I've seen so many people, so many journalists, so many hellfires come and go. As I always say, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. I told that to the women at the Women's National Democratic Club in Washington the night before the 2016 elections. Nobody likes to hear me tell them don't count their chickens before they're hatched. So anyway, okay, that's it for now. Ciao.